of 159.4. The last 857.2. Last 428.1.
57.228.1. That also adds to horses back in the field never being able to get into it, and she wins, and wins nicely in the first. Maiden Rome 1980 and 510. Fortunately, the 5, Jim Curtin's Catch Drive 450, Franco Tyrone the 1, Dexter Dunn, Dan Reardon 180. 126.50 the Quinella, 851 trifectas paid 1,262.30, and almost $4,000 carrying forward to the first 4 in race number 2. That'll be set to go, 6.25. It's also the first leg of the quaddie, of course, our $75,000 guaranteed turbo quaddie between both meetings, races 2 and 3. Speaking of the north, Franklin, race number 1, not too far away. Our man on track, of course, Craig Thompson, and a favourite in the first, Sirius Star, and the man they call Ferg.
Absolutely, Greg. Yeah, Sirius Star, trained by, of course, Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen. They've got 2 in the race. Westwind Flyer, the other runner. Gee, he was good first up, this horse. He came from the outside of the second row. The horse that won that race, Better Be Amazed, I reckon he's a very, very nice 2-year-old to go on to better things. And he wasn't disgraced. Only went down by, half length, 3/4 of a length from Better Be Amazed. And as I say, with that run under his belt tonight, he opened up 190 fixed odds. He's 210 at the moment, into a $1.80 on the tote. And the money just comes from, as I talk now, that 210's gone. Sirius Star for me, I think he's one of the better bets of the night, and if I was kicking off to build a bank tonight, I'd be quite keen to back race 1, number 7. Drivers' Challenge, Streamline Freight Drivers' Challenge, Morris McHenry. $2 into 155. He's got a good book of drives. Regular, Star Monarch, Airwar Pegasus, Kurahapu Gambler. Not all winners, but he should accumulate points, and that's what you do in these Drivers' Challenge. Around about 8 or 9 points usually gets them home. Here at Alexandra Park, and he's got some nice drives, Morris. Peter Ferguson out to $7, the likes of Todd McFarlane at $5.50, Tony Hurley at $6, and any other driver around about that $7 mark. Head-to-head here on option 5-2-1, Spider Murphy versus Rip Roaring. Sirius Star on top for me. Where's the value in the race? Horse 8, I Am the One. Another 2-year-old. This one by Gotta Go Cullen for Frank Cooney, Tate Hopkins. They've got a nice team in here tonight. Gee, this horse made up good ground last week. It was last at the 1,000, made a sweeping run across the top and sustained the run too. Better than 2 minutes its last mile, home in 56.8. I thought I Am the One was a nice run and is the clear value in the race if you're shopping outside the favourite. 7 to beat 8. 5 Westwind Flyer. Well, he had not much luck, the stablemate of Sirius Star last week. He ended up back on the fence. Didn't get a lot of room in the run home, and he found the line quite nicely. Simon Lawson takes to drive. He always had a bit of gate speed, this horse, so you wouldn't be surprised if they go forward from barrier 5 tonight. And I put 1, Spider Murphy, and debut run was great behind Connoisseur, who understands being sold, and the next up behind Rycroft in a very competitive race last start. So for me, it's 7, 8, 5 and 1. For Aaron, 7, 5, 1 and 4. The Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services Mobile Pace, it kicks off the first leg of the treble. Aaron, as I come to you, a minute out from the first tonight, Franklin Trotting Club 10 race program. Got some nice fields tonight, Aaron. Bit of trials form around. We'll go through that later in the program, but you're with Sirius Star to win race number 1.
Evening to you, Craig. Evening, everybody. Certainly with the Sirius Star. Got a lot of time for this Art Major colt, and I thought his fresh up run at Cambridge off a bad draw was pretty courageous when runner-up and behind the impressive debutant there and Better Be Amazed. Peter Ferguson doing the driving. He'll only strip fitter here tonight, and plenty of money around him. $1.60, $1.20. In fact, I made him one of my bets of the night with the Des Coppins on Radio Trackside earlier this afternoon. The stablemate Westwind Flyer, he'll strip fitter tonight also after that resuming run back last week. Simon Lawson, number 1 Spider Murphy for plenty of the team of the Franklin Trotting Club in the ownership there too in the Spider Murphy syndicate, and 4 Rip Roaring and Zach Butcher put together a tidy effort to Cambridge first look in the North Island. So for me, the runners in behind the Alabar Arm for the first of 10 tonight for the Franklin Trotting Club and their winter meeting as the runners work into the lane for the first occasion. And Sirius Star $1.60 to run the opening favourite. Green light is up. And they're off. Rip Roaring makes a good beginning with Monterey Jack. Back on the inside is Spider Murphy, just pacing roughly there, Spider Murphy. In fact, rolls into a gallop now. Up to third, Sparkling Collect. There followed by Black Santana as they work the stables corner their first occasion. Then the stablemates Westwind Flyer on the inside of Sirius Star. I Am the One's been eased off the gate now to be second last, and back into his hopple, Spider Murphy, but detached by some 7 or 8 lengths as they pace up into the back. And Monterey Jack and Joshua Dickey take over. 1 1/4 length Rip Roaring in the trail, and 2 lengths away Sparkling Collect. 2 1/2 Black Santana. 2 lengths away in the field then to Westwind Flyer. Sirius Star back third last. I Am the One's on the back of the favourite, and Spider Murphy looking to take up the leeway against the marker line. 43 and 7 was the lead time. Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services pace as they work on to the showgrounds turn their first occasion. Monterey Jack leads. 1 1/4 length Rip Roaring. Zach Butcher secures that lovely run in the trail, and Sparkling Collect third and 3 back on the inside. Now the stablemates away from the markers here. Westwind Flyer and Sirius Star 1-1 as again Spider Murphy gallops. Black Santana 4 back against the markers. I Am the One on the back of Sirius Star 3 back in the running line, and now 5 or 6 lengths away to a Spider Murphy. 33 and 3 the opening quarter. Monterey Jack getting a soft lead here. Rip Roaring second, inching closer third, Westwind Flyer. Sirius Star, the favourites, having a lovely run in the race. He's 1-1. Back on the inside, Sparkling Collected the bell. I Am the One only 5 lengths off the leader with 900 metres left to go on the stables. Corner Black Santana, last of the winning chances, I'd say. And Spider Murphy, he galloped again through the home straight, but he's only 4 lengths off the back of Black Santana. 32 the second quarter. Monterey Jack into the back. He's making it a sprint home here. Up on the outside second, Westwind Flyer. Rip Roaring third. The speed starts to increase now. Sirius Star 1-1, but only 2.5 lengths off Monterey Jack. Back on the inside, Sparkling Collect. I Am the One back in the field. Black Santana, Spider Murphy. He's 8 lengths off the lead with 500 left to go as they turn off the back straight. Monterey Jack 3/4, Westwind Flyer. Rip Roaring waiting the passing lane. Sirius Star 1-1. Then Sparkling Collect. I Am the One. Black Santana, Spider Murphy 30 and 1. The third quarter as they're about to power for home. Monterey Jack with Westwind Flyer right there. Rip Roaring waiting the passing lane. Sirius Star's out of the 1-1 now to make a serious challenge. I Am the One down the outside. Black Santana's running on. Monterey Jack, Sirius Star closing in on the inside. Rip Roaring flying through on the inside. Rip Roaring gets the victory over Monterey Jack, and third over Sirius Star, then Black Santana. They were followed by I Am the One. Further back in the field, Westwind Flyer. They were followed back in the field was Sparkling Collect, and Spider Murphy did many things wrong tonight. He'll be the last one in. 58-2 the final half, 28 the final quarter. 247.3 was the run. And getting home nicely, Rip Roaring start 20 tonight. Second run in the North Island, backing up a strong third at Cambridge. First up, Zach Butcher had that economical run in the trail throughout for trainer Peter Scaife, and comes through very nicely to score. Monterey Jack, well, he had the soft lead, set it up for a sprint home. Only one horse could get past him. Sirius Star will finish up in third. Black Santana to make up the first 4. Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services Mobile Pace. Rip Roaring, too good.
Official placings, race 1, the Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services Mobile Pace. 427,685. 427,685. Horse 4, Rip Roaring, paced the 2,200 metres in 247.37. A mile rate of 22.4. Last 858.2. The 428. The margins a neck, a head, a neck. 427,685, race 1, the Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan with his opening call of the program, the Malcolm Wrigley Insurance Services Pace, and back at the head of the field, Rip Roaring, Courage Under Fire, Zara Rose, 3-year-old Bay Gelding, raced by W.H. Davis, CL Tennant and R.F. Seebeck. Peter Scaife trained at Foxton, and Zach Butcher back at the head of the field. Malcolm Wrigley down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with the Vice President of the Franklin Trotting Club in Bob Lynch. Rip Roaring, bred by Studholme Bloodstock Limited, picks up his first photo on the wall tonight at start number 20. He's been in the money, though, 10 of those 20 starts with 4 seconds and 5 thirds. Rip Roaring gets a well-deserved victory here tonight. Zach Butcher, Peter Scaife combining to open the winter meeting for the Franklin Trotting Club. 2 Monterey Jack for second, the Santana Blue Chip Bay 2-year-old gelding out of Looking Good Franco, raced by Mrs. E.C. Oliver Harwood. Glenn Harwood trained at Clevedon. Joshua Dickey 7, Sirius Star for third, Art Major Bay 2-year-old colt out of Starlit Knights, raced by R.N. Caldo, P.C. Boldar Dawkins, S.J. Reid, Stephen Reid, Simon McMullen trained at Pukekohe. Peter Ferguson. 4 Rip Roaring, $5.60, $1.40, $5.61.40. 2 Monterey Jack, $4.70, $4.70. 7 Sirius Star, $1.30, $1.30. Quinella 69 even, 69. Trifecta $331.20, $331.20. The first 4, $3,576.60, $3,576.60.
Over 457 metres down at Ascot Park there in Invercargill in a qualifying heat of a New Zealand Racing Series. Number 3 in this race, Just You Wait. It's a fairly recent graduate to this grade, and he keeps jumping and keeps putting himself in the races, so that always makes him a chance. Just You Wait ran 4th last week in the race won by Caesar Queen that Jill Sprite finished 3rd in. The 2 dogs, Smirnoff, just won the 4 from 40, but racked up a number of minor placings, including 3 starts back at Manawa 2. But just finding it a wee bit tougher in this grade these days is Smirnoff. There's a look at Just You Wait, locally trained by John MacArthur, a minute out from start time. The 6 dog is Opawa Token. Was a Class 3 winner on this track 7 starts ago. Just got a wee bit lucky that night, was slow to go. Got the run through and clocked a fairly moderate 17.81. 2 starts back, he had to line up against Class 4 and 5 company here, and he actually ran a fair 5th. There were only 2 behind him because it was only a 7-dog field, but Opawa Token, just not sure out of box 6 whether he's going to be able to get the run to be a factor here. And Rebel Khan out in box 7. His last win was January 23, and that was a couple of trainers ago, to be fair. He's with Trent Agent these days. He did run second at his last look here. 3 starts back in a Class 3 final and behind Jump and Sally. So if you are looking for something longer, Rebel Khan at $18 is currently the rank outside on the tote, and a run like his 3 starts back would put him into contention. So when you're laughing off the inside at $3, I was laughing as I wrote it down. Top tip, because I used to say I've never been able to catch this dog. Well, let's see tonight. That's where the money is heading. Race 5, Liquorland Wanganui, Class 3 over the 305 metres. You're laughing is the favourite. Goes forward the inside. Just You Wait as box 3 has been showing good box speed. Gold Rug for Hannibal Lecter's on the rise, and Rebel Khan off box 7. Second line, Smirnoff, Jill Sprite, a Powerwood Token, another colt. Lined and ready under starter's orders. Rabbit on the run, round it comes, just about set to break. Nearly there. And racing, You're Laughing comes out, running tonight, goes quickly clear of Jill Sprite. Smirnoff the inside, Hannibal Lecter up and around the outside, a Power Token back and behind them. Well back in the race there, we've got Rebel Khan and another colt as they come up towards the corner. You're Laughing in front, Jill Sprite chasing hard, back and behind them, then to Smirnoff. Down they come, You're Laughing sees it through. Jill Sprite second, Smirnoff third. Behind those runners then to Hannibal Lecter, Power Token. Further back in the race then we had another colt, Just You Wait, and Rebel Khan. Well, the late money kept coming for him, and tonight, punters have clicked with You're Laughing, and so have I, finally. He bounded out like he was on a ramp in there, and he just bolted straight to the front, and this is what he can do. He's actually done this in Class 5 before, but it's just hard to know when he's going to do it. Jill Sprite really knuckled down for the fight and chased this leader hard, but couldn't get within striking distance, and Smirnoff, big run from her. In this grade, she's only a half length off second when they got to the line. And Hannibal Lecter up in class tonight. It's got a fair race, but just found things a wee bit tougher than the lower grades. Off the inside, You're Laughing, bolting to the lead. Just You Wait didn't clear the traps as quickly as usual tonight. And 4 of the 5 giving chase here. Smirnoff took the inside, running around that first bend. Official result coming through at 1, 4, 2 and 5, followed home by 6, 3, 8 and 7. The winning time of 17.76, run home 10.56, 1 3/4 lengths by half a length by 2 3/4 lengths. You're Laughing, White and Black Dog by Johnny Midnight out of Tippy Tipstar and raced and trained by Bernie Mitchell at White Totara. This dog's 9th win at start number 57. Starting to head the right way back up the grades again. Results on its way through, with You're Laughing taking a lot of the late money and ending up a fairly pronounced favourite in the end over Hannibal Lecter. He's paid $2.80 and $2.20 the place. For Jill Sprite $2.10, to Smirnoff $2.70. Quaddie $14.10, trifecta $187.50, and a 1425 first 4 at $522. Race number 6 on the card, first of only 2 520 metre races tonight, Class 2. Wanganui Security, and it's due to go at 6:45. We're on half-hourly intervals, 1/4 and 1/4 the hour now here at Hattrick Raceway. Very shortly, Trackside Live will take you live to Greg O'Connor at Addington Raceway.
He has run home in 25.98.
Sensational sectionals, 25.6.
Let this burn in your memory. 25.5.
25.6.
25.9.
The last quarter in 25.4. That's the fastest quarter, official quarter, I've ever heard of.
Streamline your freight forwarding operation with Streamline Freight. Long-time sponsors and supporters of harness racing, Streamline Freight is your first choice for nationwide freight and parcel distribution. In their business, experience matters. With 20 years in the business, Streamline Freight's a seasoned campaigner. But what good's experience if you don't have speedy delivery of freight? Streamline Freight are not just fast, they're express, with 2-day delivery transit times New Zealand-wide. Harness the experience and speed of Streamline Freight. Branches and agents nationwide.
Welcome back in to Trackside. Yes, Friday night. We're very close, of course, to a start in our Turbo Quaddie, starting in around about, what have we got, 5 minutes? Yeah, you need to get involved in that. I've paid well thus far in the 2 in July, $5,000 and then $1,000. And yeah, I'm picking tonight. It's not very easy, but we've done our best to try and tip you into those. Now, I was going to catch up with Dexter Dunn leading into this race. Whipped down to the stables. He was slightly busy, so we've got his book of drives for you. Starting with Smart Alex in this. I said, look, you drove this horse at the workouts on Saturday and you never pulled out. He said, no, was cruising at the time. She has been generally disappointing, though. He's hopeful of a good run tonight. Go Girl Bromax scratched out of race 3. King Jenny in race number 4 is his drive, and we'll catch up with him for race number 5. It's King Kenny, actually, not Jenny. King Kenny, and I was going to say I haven't heard of King Jenny, but anyway, it's King Kenny, and he's won 3 of his last 4, of course, and 9 from 25. In fact, the last time he was here at Addington Raceway was in the Derby behind the ill-fated Paramount Gigi. So, yeah, King Kenny, Dexter Dunn and Graham Anderson making, well, a rare trip for the Graham Anderson team here to Addington. Mr. Franklin, Westburn Warrior, Major Bubbles and Shell Seeker complete his book of drives, and that last horse, Shell Seeker, is a definite chance in the race. So $75,000, Turbo Quaddie. We'll try and stick that suggested one up of Craig's again very shortly. And we're going to have a look at the second of our Breeders' Crown heats. We showed you the first one live, but because of the interest around this and the fact that the result changed from what passed the post, we thought it was worthy of showing you. So here it is.
That is the order.
We'll get Mark McNamara to bring them home inside the last 700 metres. Zax Patrol's in front. Arda's Me sitting in the trail. Here's Mark to bring them home.
60.2 for the half. So it's been a solidly run affair this, for 1 on a slushy track and 2 for a 2-horse heat. On the side they come, 450 metres to go, and it's still Zax Patrol in control. Second, Arda's Me. John Dunn stays in for the moment. Again, he has options to come out and around or back to the Stun and Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Third quarter, 30.1. And Zax Patrol comes for home now. He heads up by a length and a half, Arda's Me. Still John Dunn sits there quietly. He's going to angle around the wheel of the leader. 150 to go. Zax Patrol still in the lead. Arda's Me's half a length away in a big danger. Arda's Me and Zax Patrol. He just put one rough one in Arda's Me. It's not going to stop him. He's gone to the lead. And Arda's Me, oh, he's galloped across the line. Oh, dear, Arda's Me was going to win. He's galloped over the line. For a 2-horse race.
And the 2-horse race, well, Arda's Me was definitely going to win it. It has galloped over the line and lapped on, of course, with Zax Patrol. So that means Mark Jones, a double. He goes to 73 for the season. RT May to 99. There is confirmation of races 2 and 3 out of both venues, $75,000. The guaranteed Turbo Quaddie just 2 minutes away from a start, leg number 1. And the suggested way to go with Craig the Whale Thompson. He was... and yours truly. We've put these together. I've done the 2 legs at Addington. Craig's put together the 2 Alexandra Park legs. I reckon you need Abby Cullen, Hickory, a Christian Act. If you can go wider, probably go with Smart Alex in the first leg. Runners 1 and 3 in the second leg, 8 and 12 the third, and then 1, 3, 4, 5 and 10 in the fourth. About a $20 spend, 33%. So the favourite is Smart Alex. I wouldn't be taking anything less than the 360. She can clearly win a race, but she's had a dozen goes thus far to be able to do it. So if you want to put her in, you can. But I think 1, 4, 13, 1 and 3, 8 and 12, 1, 3, 4, 5, 10. See how far we can get, 33% for a $20 spend. Lavros Cash has got a chance, but the outside draw may dictate where Sam Motley is able to put him in the race. And the interesting runner for me is a Christian Act outside of the second row. Was with Mark Jones, ended up with Bruce Hutton, didn't perform like she showed at the trials, etc., and is now back with Mark Jones. 1, 13, 4 and the 9, the way I line them up in race number 2. We'll get to you, Mark McNamara. Get your thoughts around the first leg of the Turbo Quaddie.
Yeah, 6, 9, 4 and 1 for me here. Greg Smart Alex on that troller workout leading into this race. Dexter for Steve Dolan. The late scratching will help too because she comes in a gate. 9 to run second, Lavros Cash. 4, Hickory and number 1, Abby Cullen. 6, 9, 4 and 1. First 4 jackpot, $3,900. Just shy of that. Has seen the first 4 approaching $7,500 at the moment. And it's a race that is pretty even on paper. Even look at horses like Monkey Puzzle, who hasn't raced since March. Has beaten 6 lengths behind Major Bubbles at its previous outing and tends to get out all right. It's a pretty safe stand-start horse, but off the mobile tonight, wouldn't be surprised to see it have a bit of a dip at crossing Abby Cullen, but she too can leave the arm quite well. So the first 200 metres here are going to be quite interesting with a pretty even field. $3.40 about number 6, Smart Alex, the favourite. Whistle has gone. Race 2, Avon City Ford Mobile Pace. 2,600 metres. Just the 8 off the front here with that late scratching of number 2 every which way.
Right here, bud. Yep.
This race, the first of the longer distance races tonight. Lavros Cash chased home second to Damon Runyon here last week. Was one of a few swoopers to get into it. Not as many arrived as may have looked like they were going to at the quarter pole. Lavros Cash was one which did keep coming. Couldn't run down Damon Runyon though. A Christian Act drawn outside the back row has been kept safe. And the first four up towards $12,000 now, so a nice little pot. In a race where it won't be easy to jag, and if you can get it, could be a good result coming your way if you've had a little play into that pool. 12 to run. United Video Mobiles in the lane, set to go. Race to the Met. Green light, and they're racing. Abby Cullen away well off the inside. Hickory showing some speed, and out wider as American Chopper. Not far away is Monkey Puzzle, and down next to the pegs is Woodstock. Then came Lavros Cash. Next is Golden Jet, followed by Smart Alex and Yippee Kaye together. A Christian Act and Miss Judgeford are the last two of the three, and a length and a half away last is Miss Badlands. Out of the straight, Nabby Cullen off the pole, held them all out to lead by a length and a half. Woodstock trailing inside of Hickory. Three back the inside is Golden Jet, and between horses Monkey Puzzle. Three wide American Chopper working forward around the field, but has to be reined up to do so. Now at the back, a Christian Act galloped, and Miss Badlands badly inconvenient. She lost 5 lengths, and a Christian Act is still in a break. We go back to Yippee Kaye, who's running fullback on the pegs inside of Lavros Cash. A length and a half to Smart Alex, and then came Miss Judgeford. 2 lengths to Miss Badlands, and tailed right off as a Christian Act by a further 10 lengths. That's the order near the 1,800 metre mark, and it's Abby Cullen and Ricky May by a length and a half. American Chopper is breezing second after working to the spot outside the leader. Woodstock trails third, and a length and a half away fourth Hickory with some running line cover. 3 back the inside is Golden Jet, and a length and a half then to Monkey Puzzle. Favourite Smart Alex makes a mid-race move, 3 wide around the field. Yippee Kaye is 4 back on the pegs from Lavros Cash. Then Miss Judgeford, Miss Badlands, and a length and a half to a Christian Act. Lead time 1:17.7, and Abby Cullen, looking for an all-of-the-way win, is going to look to hold the lead too as Smart Alex comes up alongside, and the front spot's not there for her. They put the speed on though, and there's plenty of room for Smart Alex to drop into trail, and that's exactly what Dexter is going to do. 3 lengths away third is Woodstock, now closing the gap inside of American Chopper, who leads the outside row again. Hickory 5th, and then Monkey Puzzle around Golden Jet. On the inside is Yippee Kaye from Lavros Cash, and a length and a half away is Miss Judgeford. Miss Badlands second last, and a length and a half off last of all is a Christian Act. 29.9, solid first quarter. Out by the 900 metre mark, and it's Abby Cullen. It was lead at all costs, and she leads by about a length going into the back. Second, American Chopper. Leaders back third is Smart Alex, and Hickory fourth, 1 out and 1 back. Woodstock now 3 back on the pegs from Monkey Puzzle. Golden Jet's on the inside. Miss Badlands starts a run in front of a Christian Act. Then came Lavros Cash, Yippee Kaye, and Miss Judgeford joins the 3 wide train to improve. They head towards the 600 metre mark, and it's still Abby Cullen leading the way. Second quarter 32.4, 62.3 the half. Running second is American Chopper, and Hickory left the 1-1 3 wide and comes up outside the leaders. Smart Alex now looking for the Stunning Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Miss Badlands put 4 wide by Monkey Puzzle, who trails Hickory into the race. A Christian Act is 4 wide and 1 back. American Chopper falls back through the field quickly. Golden Jet was next from Lavros Cash. Third quarter 31.8. It's Abby Cullen turning in. A length and a half Hickory. Smart Alex is waiting to come through, and then came Golden Jet. It's still Abby Cullen though, 1:25 to go. She leads a length and a half, Smart Alex and Hickory. It's still Abby Cullen below the 50 metre mark. She's holding Smart Alex, and Ricky May brings up the 100 for the season. Abby Cullen won at half a length on Smart Alex. Hickory's run third, and then came either Golden Jet or there for the fourth two was Monkey Puzzle. Miss Badlands good run under the circumstances from Yippee Kaye. Lavros Cash, Miss Judgeford. Further back in the race is a Christian Act, Woodstock, and American Chopper as the last one in. 1, 6 and 4. No one was crossing the wee man on her. 1 Abby Cullen, 5.20 and 1.60. 6 Smart Alex second is going to pay $1.40. And 4 Hickory, $1.80 will round out the top 4. It was really looked at in the eye by Smart Alex at the bell. Ricky saw Dexter coming, and he buzzed her up. They've run home in 28.8 to 2.9 for the last mile. Just wanted to have a good gawk at the winning post at the end. She just veered out sharply, but was clear of everything. What a start for Ricky May. We've only had 2 tote races. He's won 4 of them already and brings up 100 for the season. The gold cap on song tonight and his swan song for the season.
Yeah, RT May takes it out. This filly by Christian Cullen out of Madame Sarbiac, trained by Dave and Sue Anderson. And, well, she deserved this win. That was her 14th go, 5 times placed. She'd had some tough runs in her career, but she hinted at Forbury 2 starts back. She was pretty close to a win. Stephen McNally's handled her in each of her race day appearances. Up until now, he had to drive his own Hikoi, who's got a nice race in third after an economical trip. But RT May wanted the front. The decent attack from Smart Alex allowed it to get into the trail, and that was the Quinella in the end. Here's Mark Gallagher's call.
Alex. And third, 4 Hikoi. Fourth has gone to 11 Golden Jet from 3 Monkey Puzzle and 12 Yippee Ki-A. 1, 6, 4, 11, 3, 12. The margin's half a length, 1 3/4 lengths, 1 length, half a neck. The winner's time was 3:20.5, a mile rate of 2:04. The last 860.2, last 428.6.
And congratulations to the wee man, RT May. Racks up 100 wins for the 5th time in his career, and that's 3 seasons in a row. So congratulations to him. Goes on holiday tomorrow, and that is certainly well deserved. 5:20 and 160 about Abby Cullen for the connections. B is Francis and Mrs. P.M. Clark. Smart Alex, the 6 at 140, should improve off the back of that run, and Hikoi, the 4, a maiden win not too far away, 180. 620 the Quinella, $70.40 the trifecta, the 1, 6, 4 and 11 first 4 has paid $718.60. Golden Jet for Robbie Holmes, getting itself into 4th position. There's Dave Anderson to the right of the horse. And race number 2. You need first leg of the Turbo Quaddie, number 1 on your ticket. Back for the 3rd leg, which is our 3rd, 7 minutes to 7 o'clock. Last man out, the one they've made favourite here. Craig, in your second.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. From the inside alley, formerly trained in the South Island, now in the north with Gareth Dixon. Just had the 1 run here, and it was at the park last week. Was looking to lead early. Just looked to overreach and galloped about 100 metres after the start and went back through the field. Actually made a good recovery, paced very good sectionals in doing that. Drawn to get a nice trip from the inside here and opened at $7 this morning into $4 last man out. I thought a very good winning chance at the value. I don't know about the $4 now. I'd take the $5.50 on the tote. Main danger for me, 3 King Cyril. He hasn't started since January, but he's had a couple of workouts. He's looked good in both of them. Shane Butcher, of course, he's driven a couple for John and Josh Dickey lately. The latest of them, Sunny Vacation in the junior drivers race. That got home. And, of course, the week before, stable rep Kippenberger. He's chasing 3 junior drivers races in succession on the John and Josh Dickey trained runners. King Cyril will give him a good chance tonight. Other chances in the race, Pacific Rapture. Well, she didn't get a lot of luck last start. She ran on nicely after getting back in the field. Salish Abernathy, one of the more experienced junior drivers out there, and Elisa Vita, drawn 1 the 2nd row for Dylan Ferguson. I marked them 1, 3, 8, 9. I was very keen around the 1 at the $7 this morning. Aaron White, his numbers 3, 2, 7 and 9. 3, 2, 7 and 9. He's put horse 3 King Cyril on top on the back of a couple of nice workouts. Head to you, Aaron. A minute out from race number 2 tonight for the junior drivers. Just saying that Shane Butcher's had a couple of drives for the Dickey stable in the last 3 weeks on the junior drivers races, and he's got 2 very nice wins on Kippenberger and Sunny Vacation.
He certainly has, and he can make it 3 here with King Cyril too, the son of Mark 3. As you mentioned, the workout runs have been encouraging to suggest that his fresh up run's going to be big and bold. 2,700 metres tonight as well. Shane Butcher for John and Joshua Dickey. It's on top for me over the 2 VC Dell, racing well. Produced a nice placing at Cambridge last time in behind CMAC. I think that's a good form line coming through the Cambridge races. Was in behind Ideal Flyby here back on the 4th of July. Peter Scaife looking for the first 2 on the program. 7 Maddie Starr, Sean Grayling. Well, she's just been doing a few things wrong in her latest appearances. She's better than that. Front row draw can help. 9 Elisa Vita, and with Des Coppins on the radio this afternoon, Craig, I did make the 5 Tina Bryden My long shot tonight was $41 with the bookies. 2,700 metres. We know when the juniors get to the 2,700, the tempo's usually pretty good in these races. And I remember when Tina Bryden won her maiden, she's only won one race, and that was over tonight's 2,700 metre trip. You get one of the best in the business when it comes to the juniors in New Zealand, and Andre Potama doing the driving. Not the worst, Tina Bryden, 3.279, and the long shot, the 5.
Yeah, she paced 3.23 that night too, Aaron, so she went very quick. We'll need a little bit of luck in running tonight. But yeah, Tina Bryden might not be the worst at very big money. And behind the gate for the Wharf Brothers mobile pace for the junior drivers, your favourite will start from Barry.
Pacific Rapture back up to her old trick. She's galloped in the score up here. VC Dell closes off 370 to be the favourite. Green light is up, and Pacific Rapture will miss the start by the best part of a dozen lengths after galloping in the latter part of the score up. King Cyril the first out. Tina Bryden's pressing forward here for Andre Potama as they work to the first corner. VC Dell to secure the early trail behind King Cyril. Then last man out, Elisa Vita. Classy Ambition out wider. Back in the field is Maddie Star. Pacific Rapture recovering through on the inside, and Kate Katarina eased back to the tail. The big boy King Cyril in front. Shane Butcher. Tina Bryden doing it tough, parked, and in the trail is VC Dell and Ben Butcher. 1-1 Elisa Vita and Dylan Ferguson. Last man out, Andrew Vent, now 3 back on the inside. 3 back in the running line is Maddie Starr and Sean Grayling. Racing on the outside of Pacific Rapture, Sailesh Abernathy. Back second last, Classy Ambition, Tony Cameron. And Kate Katarina, Andrew Grant back last. 2 circuits left to make. King Cyril works them onto the stables corner, leading by a length over Tina Bryden on the outside, and this leader seems to be getting a comfortable lead too, with VC Dell trailing. Last man out, 3 back on the inside. Elisa Vita secured the lovely 1-1 run. Pacific Rapture on the inside. To its outside, Maddie Star. Back last of all, Kate Katarina, and to its outside, Classy Ambition. Pacing through the back and 1,600 metres out in the Wharf Brothers pace. The lead time clicks off in 1:23.9. King Cyril leads by a length up on the outside. Tina Bryden doing it tough, facing the breeze. In the trail is VC Dell, and the 1-1 Elisa Vita's about to come out of the 1-1 and come forward here for Dylan Ferguson. Last man out, 3 back on the inside. They're followed then by Maddie Star. Then back on the inside, Pacific Rapture of Classy Ambition. Kate Katarina the last as they pace into the home straight. King Cyril with Elisa Vita coming up 3 wide to put a bit more pressure into this leader. VC Dell trailing. And the 1-1 now is Tina Bryden. 30.8 was the opening quarter of the last mile, with last man out, 3 back on the inside of Maddie Star. Then Pacific Rapture, Classy Ambition, and still back last is Kate Katarina. They work their final circuit. King Cyril at the 900 metres, and Shane Butcher's had a pretty cosy lead. Elisa Vita's up to second around VC Dell. Trainer Peter Scaife looking for the first 2 races on the program tonight. Tina Bryden the 1-1 with last man out, 3 back on the inside. Then came Maddie Star on the back of her stablemate, Pacific Rapture. Kate Katarina's coming forward 3 wide around Classy Ambition. 31-4 the second quarter. King Cyril has them working a wee bit harder now. 600 left to go over Elisa Vita and VC Dell. 1-1 Tina Bryden coming forward, Maddie Star. Last man out, all dressed up, nowhere to go on the inside. Out wider, Kate Katarina around Classy Ambition, and Pacific Rapture back last the inside. King Cyril at the 400, 28-8 the quarter down the back. Leads narrowly over Elisa Vita. VC Dell just waiting this passing lane, seems to be travelling well, and Tina Bryden's about to clear the pocket out of the 1-1. Homeward bound, King Cyril, Elisa Vita. Down on the inside, VC Dell. Getting home strongly, Tina Bryden down the outside with stablemate Maddie Star, but VC Dell has slipped through on the passing lane, comes through strongly. Last man out, follows it through. VC Dell. Peter Scaife gets the first 2. Second over, last man out, then Elisa Vita. Tidy enough run too. Tina Bryden fourth. They were followed then by Maddie Star. Further back in the field was Pacific Rapture. She blew it with that gallop in the latter part of the score up. Kate Katarina. King Cyril didn't find anything in the home straight, and back last was Classy Ambition. 29-7 the final quarter. 3:24.7 the run time, and VC Dell secured the lovely run in the trail as its stablemate did in race 1, Rip Roaring. This a Son of Washington VC. Ben Butcher doing the driving for Peter Scaife and comes through strongly. Last man out, who was snookered, 3 back on the inside throughout. Follows it through for second. Elisa Vita, a game run in for third. And not a bad run too by 5, Tina Bryden, to make up the first 4. Wharf Brothers, Mobile Pace 2700. And Peter Scaife with the first 2, this time with VC Dell.
Official placings, race 2, the Wharf Brothers Mobile Pace. 219578. 219578. Horse 2, VC.
Inside of Maddie's Star, then Pacific Rapture, Classy Ambition, and still back last is Kate Katerina. They work their final circuit, King Cyril at the 900 metres, and Shane Butcher's had a pretty cosy lead. Elisa Vita's up to second around VC Dell. Trainer Peter Scaife looking for the first 2 races on the program tonight. Tina Bryden the 1-1 with last man out, 3 back on the inside. Then came Maddie's Star on the back of her stablemate, Pacific Rapture. Kate Katerina is coming forward 3 wide around Classy Ambition, 31 4 the second quarter. King Cyril has them working a wee bit harder now. 600 left to go over Elisa Vita and VC Dell. 1-1 Tina Bryden coming forward, Maddie's Star. Last man out, all dressed up, nowhere to go on the inside. Out wider, Kate Katerina around Classy Ambition and Pacific Rapture back last the inside. King Cyril at the 400, 28 8 the quarter down the back. Leads narrowly over Elisa Vita. VC Dell just waiting this passing lane, seems to be travelling well. And Tina Bryden's about to clear the pocket out of the 1-1. Homeward bound King Cyril, Elisa Vita. Down on the inside, VC Dell. Getting home strongly, Tina Bryden down the outside with stablemate Maddie Star, but VC Dell has slipped through on the passing lane, comes through strongly. Last man out follows it through. VC Dell. Peter Scaife gets the first 2. Second over, last man out, then Elisa Vita. Tidy enough run too. Tina Bryden 4th. They were followed then by Maddie Star. Further back in the field was Pacific Rapture. She blew it with that gallop in the latter part of the score up. Kate Katerina. King Cyril didn't find anything in the home straight, and back last was Classy Ambition, 29 7 the final quarter, 3:24.7 the run time, and VC Dell secured the lovely run in the trail as its stablemate did in race 1, Rip Roaring. This a Son of Washington VC. Ben Butcher doing the driving for Peter Scaife and comes through strongly. Last man out, who was snookered, 3 back on the inside throughout. Follows it through for second. Elisa Vita, a game run in for third. And not a bad run too by 5, Tina Bryden, to make up the first 4. Wharf Brothers, Mobile Pace 2700. And Peter Scaife with the first 2, this time with VC Dell.
Official placings, race 2, the Wharf Brothers Mobile Pace. 219578. 219578. Horse 2, VC Dell, paced the 2700 metres in 3:24.83. Mile rate of 2.2. Last 858.5 and the 429.7. The margins, 1 1/4 lengths, 3/4 of a length, 3/4 of a length. 219578, race 2, the Wharf Brothers Mobile Pace.
Two, VC Dell to come back at the head of the field, raced by MP Kerr, win 3 at start 33, trained at Foxton by Peter Scaife and driven to success by Ben Butcher after securing the beautiful run in the trail. Peter Scaife will pick up the first 2 races on the program tonight. Rip Roaring in the first and now VC Dell in the second. And VC Dell by Washington VC, a brown 5-year-old gelding out of Della Maid, bred by I.W. Hunter. Back at the head of the field, greeted by Graham Wharf from Wharf Brothers and Rodney Stewart down there for the Franklin Trotting Club, taking in the victory proceedings. One last man out for second. Presidential Ball, 4-year-old Brown Gelding out of Alpha Franco, raced by KJ Fahey and MS Turner. Gareth Dixon trained at Ardmore. Andrew Vent. And a 9, Elisa Vita for third. The Grin from Ear to Ear. Out of Boreana, Brown 4-year-old mare, raced by P.D. Blanchard, along with J.N. Hobbs, B.H. Swain, Mrs. H.J. Swain, Graham Rogers and Peter Blanchard trained at Tui Karamia, Dylan Ferguson. 2 VC Dell at $4.20 and $1.80. $4.20, $1.80. One last man out, $1.90, $1.90. 9, Elisa Vita, $2.20, $2.20. Quinella, $10.50, $10.50. Trifecta, $101.40, $101.40. First 4, $625.40, $625.40. 4 and 2 in the opening double at $14.50, $14.50. 4 and 1 concession, $9.70, $9.70.
Cassidy. So we get the all clear for race 6. Another very big crowd on course inside. I think they're full again tonight. And a few of them have spilled out in the cold for this. Wanganui Security Class 2, Mega Girl leading them up in box number 1, followed up by Jackanator. The 3 is the favourite at $2.90. On the house has the Golden Thrilling Over the Black. Second line, O'Power Cassidy, All About Amy, Suso Socks and Paddy Baxter the outside. Now, Jackanator had her nose to the lids and she hasn't anymore. Now she's bouncing backwards and forwards here, so we'll see if she can time it right. Can't see her at the moment. Mega Girl's pouring the lids. Round comes the bunny, just about set. Jackanator's nose back and gone again. Set, racing. Jackanator, fair break. Mega Girl's beaten them out. Thrilling Ava gets away well. Jackanator tries to spear up between the two. It's a 3-way go round this first bend. Mega Girl leads them round. Jackanator the outside. Couple of links back then. We've got Suso Socks the inside of Thrilling Ava. All About Amy behind them. Further back then to On the House. Paddy Baxter is a long way from them, and so too there is O'Power Cassidy. Across the top they come. Jackanator's found the lead from Mega Girl. Thrilling Ava around the outside of Suso Socks, back and behind them to Thrilling Ava. All About Amy, up they come. Jackanator wins easily. Great go for second. Thrilling Ava's got second. I think All About Amy just third, and Suso Socks fourth, and Mega Girl a close up fifth. Paddy Baxter behind them. Further back to O'Power Cassidy and On the House. Favourites won it, and then a classic battle. Second, third, fourth, fifth. Having said that, fairly confident that it would be as called, with Thrilling Ava out wide. All About Amy closer in, and Suso Socks and Mega Girl, who had led them early. Look at the 4 of them across the track there for those minors, but Jackanator just picks the jump a bit better here so far. And Jackanato's been fairly comfortable in the end. We'll have a look at the head-on shot. Jackanator, the head was coming backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and she caught it okay. Mega Girl got out best, and then good speed out wide, Thrilling Ava. Jackanator just actually ran across all about Amy there, and Suso Socks got into a handy position around the first bend. The way she's been finishing off the race is maybe a wee bit of a surprise. She hasn't paid a dividend, but then you've got Thrilling Ava and All About Amy that can find the line fairly well too. So we've got 3 fairly strong greyhounds going at it over the concluding stages for the minors. Official result 3, 7, 4 and 6, followed home by 1, 8, 2 and 5. Winning time 30.42, run home 11.49, 4 1/4 lengths by a neck, by a head. Jackanator, White and Black Bitch by Wes Pedro out of Hell Girl for the Fulton Tation Syndicate, and Paul Freeman, Angela Turmold train at Foxton. 5 minutes out from the third there, Greg. We look forward to our 7th, which is the first leg of Place 6. New double, new treble, starting with a Class 5 sprint at 7:15.
Thanks, Mark. Win 279 for Paul Freeman, Angela Turnwald this season. Win 4 from 25 there for Jackanator. Mark has them 1, 5, 2 and 4 in the 7th. Third leg of the Turbo Quaddie. Thus far, you've needed 1, then 2. Very persuasive is the favourite. 321.40, trained by Phil Williamson, who's had about 43 wins for the season. Monet winning last night off 70 metres. Miss Pegasus placed again, but Monet, too good for them. Another good season for the Williamsons of Oamaru, and very persuasive, was good at Timaru in a similar heat of the Golden Girls a couple of weeks ago now, almost. Led on that occasion, pressed forward. I can't see any reason why he won't try that again. There's a few more inside him this time. He started from the 5 at Timaru, but tonight from the 8. He will be pressing forward. Speed inside. Lady McKendon has put together 2 runs, a win at Forbury, and of course galloped late in the piece in that very persuasive race and was relegated back to 3rd. Kauai Sunrise, conversely, was promoted. It was a winner at Oamaru of the heat, and Kauai Sunrise, mare by Sundon for Mark Jones, who's already had a couple of wins tonight, courtesy of those Breeders' Crown heats. Dexter Dunn out to $1.80. John Dunn $7.50. Sam Otley $8. Last chance to get involved. Streamline Freight Drivers Challenge. Rick May now a $2.40 favourite. He was $6.50, now $2.40. Of course, he's picked up the win with Abby Cullen. Dexter, he's had Smart Alex and Franco Tyrant, so he's also on the 3 points. But the money has come, significant money for Ricky May. Head-to-head here, we've got Enthrall, $1.95, and Don's Me Dad, $1.75. Don's Me Dad's racing super. Finally clicked with this mare. Blair Orange has been driving her in the last 3. She was a winner on the 13th of June, and her 2 subsequent runs, second to Good Girl Bromac, who was in this field, and of course was a scratching, and then second to Ale Rouge here in the junior driver, or not the junior drivers race. Ale Rouge came out and won the junior drivers race last week. There's the result there of the 6, Jackanator the 3, 281.40, Thrilling Ava the 7, 210, and All About Amy. The 4 at 270, 14.30 Quinella, 97.20 the trifecta, $581, 374 and 6. 1-3 double, 790, 1-7 concession, 850, 513 treble, $272.30. So yeah, Ale Rouge has certainly franked that form. That was a fortnight ago, that second in behind him, and he came here last week and won for Robbie Close, the Darren DeFilippi Memorial. So Don's Medad certainly in great form, punches through behind Pure Emotion, who has a modicum of gate speed, so should end up in a pretty handy sort of a spot. And like I say, has been finishing its races off very nicely. I marked them 8, 12, 5 and the 9. Just not too sure where Kauai Sunrise will posse itself up on the run. If it does get an economical trip, it can certainly be in this again. Dexter Dunn, 3 points, courtesy of his couple of placings. Rick May and Stephen Golding, the successful tote drivers tonight. Mark McNamara, we come to you. We talked about race number 1, the Young at Heart series being very competitive, as has the Golden Girls for the Trotters.
Yeah, sure has, Greg, and it's the same sort of horses lining up as we've seen most weeks, and coming down to runs in transit and where you position up and who's got the best sprint on the night turning in. And I settled for Very Persuasive despite the wide draw. I reckon he'll press on here, Matthew, from out wide. Let it tip 5. They won't look to go forward from the 8. 8 on top to beat number 6, Glenferrie Sunbird. Hasn't been as good at her last 2 at the starts before that, but she's got too much talent to drop just yet, so she's in with the hope that she can turn that form around. Kauai Sunrise actually finished 3rd last start, but was then relegated, of course, or promoted actually into 2nd after the 4th tip. Lady McKendon galloped inside the last 50 and was lapped on. Lady McKendon 2nd past the post, but ended up 3rd under the lapped on rule. So 8, 6, 9 and 5 for the Breeders' Golden Girl Series, heat number 4. Just seeing the stewards heading up to the tower now. Shane Reynolds has made his way in the Avon City Ford vehicle up to the home turn tower, and he's making his way up. The whistle's gone. So the 3rd race imminent. The Breeders' Golden Girl Series, heat 4. Late scratching number 13, Go Girl, Bromac, Jimmy Curtin, Catch Drive on number 11, Karen Kiley. So they're coming in. Kauai Sunrise, Very Persuasive and Enthrall. She took 20 starts to win the maiden. Race consistently to do so, and punters not prepared to let her go around tonight in this CO to C1. She's at $7.90 and $2.40. Not prepared to let her go around at a silly price tonight in Thrall. After taking 20 starts to win one, could she be one of those horses that taste for victory once and go and do it again at the start after? We'll find out in around 2.5 minutes. Win Some Luck drawing the inside. Successful Woman ready. Pure Emotion, Contella. Lady McKendon set. 3rd at Addington. Breeders' Golden Girl Series, 4th heat. They're set to run. Favourite drawn wide. Green light on. And they're racing. Speed, Successful Woman and Pure Emotion. Enthrall heading forward, as is Very Persuasive from Winston Luck across just after the start. Next is Don's Me Dad from Lady McKendon. And then came Contella from Christmas Joyella. Glenferrie Sunbird 3 wide. Karen Kiley between horses, and Kauai Sunrise is being dragged right back to the tail end. Very Persuasive from the 8. Gets down to lead comfortably over the trailing Enthrall. Pure Emotion's a length away 3rd, and 3 back the inside is Successful Woman. 1 out and 1 back, Don's Me Dad from Winsome Luck. And half a length to Contella around Christmas Joyella. And Karen Kiley in front of Lady McKendon, Glenferrie Sunbird and Kauai Sunrise. And from Karen Kiley back, they're all 1 off the inside. Lead time 25.4. And the leader is Very Persuasive with Matthew Williamson by 1.5 lengths. Enthrall is trailing 2nd. Pure Emotion parked up around Successful Woman, who races 4th on the inside. Don's Me Dad 5th with a 1 out trail from Winsome Luck on the pegs. Then came Contella from Christmas Joyella. 1 length to Karen Kiley from Lady McKendon. Glenferrie Sunbird and Kauai Sunrise are the last couple. First quarter 32 seconds. Heat number 4 of the Breeders' Golden Girls for the CO to C1 trotters. And Very Persuasive by the 950 metre mark shows the way. Running in 2nd, Spotters Enthrall, and ahead away 3rd on the outer is Pure Emotion. Next to the inside, Successful Woman from Don's Me Dad. 3 wide Contella, and Winsome Luck came straight off the pegs when the opportunity arose. Christmas Joyella's on the markers. Karen Kiley 3 wide and 1 back. And then came Glenferrie Sunbird going to the pegs from Lady McKendon. And 3 wide is Kauai Sunrise. So a few moves now. They went the 2nd quarter in 32, 364, 3 for the half. And Very Persuasive's had a beautiful run. Pure Emotion, who was breezing, dropped off sharply. Enthrall's in the trail over on the inside of Don's Me Dad. 2 lengths Successful Woman from Contella. Those back in the field making no headway at the moment. 350 metres to go, and the leader is Very Persuasive by 1.5 lengths. Don's Me Dad. Enthrall waits for the stun and Cullen at Pineley Farm passing lane. Christmas Joyella took inside runs to 4th from Successful Woman. 3rd quarter's only 31.2. It's Very Persuasive in front. Enthrall has some danger over on the inside. The leader still Very Persuasive at the 100 metre mark. Enthrall just about levelling up, still Very Persuasive. Enthrall, those grabbing it. Enthrall's gone to the lead and she wins again. Enthrall has beaten Very Persuasive. 3rd in Successful Woman, 4th Glenferrie Sunbird. Then came Don's Me Dad. Next in is Kauai Sunrise from Christmas Joyella, Karen Kiley, Contella, and then Winsome Luck, Lady McKendon, and Pure Emotion the last in. 7 Enthrall, 8.30 and 2.30. 8 Very Persuasive 2nd is going to pay $1.50. And Successful Woman number 2 at 370. Last quarter 29.4. Last mile in 2.4.9. She went out at start number 20 as a maiden. She came home 20 starts, 1 win. She went out at start 21 and has quickly backed it up with another victory. And how often do we see it, Gregory?
Yeah, exactly, Mark, and she's learning to win. That's exactly what's happened. Gate Speed, the 2 horses that fired off the machine over the 1950 have dominated in the end. Murray Edmonds getting to the markers first. Matthew Williamson got a pretty easy sort of a time in front. Had every possible chance, the mare by Pegasus Spur, very persuasive to win. But tonight, Enthrall goes back-to-back for Eric Inwood. That's 2 from 21. And trained and driven, of course, by Murray Edmonds. Successful Woman, who won a nice race here last week for trainer-driver Brent Weaver's, got itself into 3rd, and Glenfrey Sunbird going another handy sort of a race in 4th. But no doubt about the winner here, no doubt about the first 2. They've cleared out from the others, and it was the 7, Enthrall by Sundon out of Enchant. The 4-year-old mare takes out race number 3, leg number 3 in the Turbo.
And 3rd to Successful Woman. 4th has gone to 6, Glenferrie Sunbird. From 12, Don's Medad, and 9, Koho Surprise. 7, 8, 2, 6, 12, 9. The margin's half a neck, 5.5 lengths, a neck, half a neck. The winner's time was 2:30.4, a mile rate of 2:04.1. The last 860.2, last 429.2.
So confirmation there from Mark Gallagher that the 7, Enthrall, has won for Murray Edmonds, 8:30 and 2:30. Very persuasive, 150. Successful Woman, 370. 7-8 Quinella, 1060. 277.90 a trifecta, and 1,915.40. 7-8-2-6. The first 4 completed a double. 1 and 7, that'd be Abby Cullen in the first leg, 28.90. 1-8 concession, 7.40, and the 8-1-7 treble Maiden Roman the first leg, $775.50, 775 and 50. The Turbo quaddie, rather, to be completed out of Franklin. Race number 4 for us, 7.25, and pretty handy sort of a trotting field it is. It'll be the first leg of pick 6 for us, Craig.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Our third tonight is for the maidens. Favourite horse in the trail, Ideal Quest. First up, got the passing lane and got the margin of about a neck over Piece of My Heart, who I thought was very game and defeat. She'll have to go around them at some stage tonight. She's off the unruly again, but this week I thought It's a Chance, Miss Lottie, and of course number 1, Dory D, trained by Derek Ball. Earlier in the night I caught up with Derek to talk about his stable representative. Derek, thanks for your time tonight. Your local meeting, the Franklin Trotting Club. You've got quite a big team in tonight. The first of them, Dory D, interesting runner. First up, barrier number 1. Had a couple of workouts. How's she gone?
Yeah, no, she's learned a lot up here. Didn't get round right-handed the first one too well. Put a Murphy on it, give her enough to hold up from 1, I think. So she'll be lead or thereabouts, yep.
Don't want to put it on her, mate, but there's been to put a modicum of support on this runner today, $17 into $4. Is that justified support?
We'll soon find out. She went a nice race down there behind some good horses before she come up, and she's done nothing wrong since she's come up, so no, we're happy enough with her.
Each way chance tonight?
Definitely, yep.
I talked to Derek Ball during the night. He's, as I say, his local meeting. He's got 4 or 5 runners in tonight. All good chances. This one, Dory D. Zach Butcher takes the drive. Inside draw. Blinds go on. As I say, backed in all afternoon. Well, started this morning at $17, backed into $4 at the moment. So follow the money. Dory D. Put her in your tries and your first fills. Nikki Chilcott, she drives Ideal Distraction, stable runner, and this is what she had to say. Thanks for your time, Nick. You got 3 in tonight. The first of them, stable runner, Ideal Distraction. Don't know a lot about her. We haven't seen her since November. What can you tell us about her?
It's the greatest track worker in New Zealand. Yeah, look, I took her to the trials. It's just been working the track down. Really happy. Like, shows a lot of speed at home and just perfect. Took her to the trials the first Saturday and was probably a wee bit disappointed. Run 3rd and I thought, hopefully it just needed the run. But it won last Saturday, but just okay. So, look, I'm just going to be looking for a hole on the rail tonight and hopefully see it getting home. But to be fair, it has probably let me down. I thought it was going to be a handy enough maiden and it just hasn't stepped up yet. So here's hoping we bring it to the park and it might just step up.
Wait and see approach tonight, but if it is running on, maybe one to follow through the winter months.
Yeah, well, as I say, it's just probably let me down, and you just don't like those ones that let you down. You like them to sort of be awful track workers and come to the races and race good. So, look, you know, if it does run on tonight, and maybe it's just going to step up and race, but fingers crossed more than anything.
Nikki Chilcott, her thoughts about the mare by American Ideal Distraction. I put 10 Piece of My Heart on top. I think she's a progressive type and good enough to win a maiden tonight. Over 4 Miss Lottie, the best roughie, $21. I thought she needed that run last start. Showed ability at the trials here about 3 weeks ago. This one for Gareth Dixon. 4 Miss Lottie, the value. 5 Atomic Blonde. And as I say, 1 Dory D from the inside. Plenty of money to suggest that she won't be far away. Aaron White, I thought Piece of My Heart, very good in defeat last week. Had us at Parked Out. Can she go one better?
I think she can. The Art Major filly, that was a very good run too, and behind Ideal Quest. Scott Phelan for the Telfer Garlic team. Scott's partner, of course, Tony McMullen, one of the owners here as well. So good luck to the team there with Piece of My Heart. I definitely think she can go one better. Now even money at that $2 quote. The 3 Markle Beach, who's put in 3 nice runs to open this campaign. The Mark 3 filly, Todd McFarlane. 2 Christy Maguire, plenty to like about her trial form. Morris McKendry for Frank Cooney and Tate Hopkins. And the 5 Atomic Blonde has improved with 2 runs to the track for Angela Purdon. Tony Hurley to do the driving here on the Mark 3 filly. 10, 3, 2 and 5 for me. And the final leg of our first treble, and we open a double here as well. Final leg of the Turbo Quaddie as well. Good luck if you're live going into this, the final leg of that.
Yeah, and in the Turbo Quali, you need 1 Abby Cullen, second leg 2 VC Dell, and the third leg number 7 Enthrall. Runners 1, 2 and 7 in the Turbo Quaddy. This is the third leg of the treble as well. Can tell you the will pays for the treble. Favourite way in the treble is with number 10, Piece of My Heart, Rip Roaring VC Dell. First 2 legs, Piece of My Heart, $60. Second favourite, Christy Maguire, 109. Then you're down to runners 1 Dory D at 138, Miss Lottie, Atomic Blonde at 218, and best of the rest, Mac will beat you at $122. Those are the triple will pays with 4 Rip Roaring and 2 VC Dow. Money still coming for number 10, Piece of My Heart, into $1.60 now. $2 on the book. It is the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace over the 2,200 metres. If Dory D does get off the gate, maybe maybe Gotta Go Plain Jane, maybe our first 4 chance following it through from the second row. Red light on now.
Into the lane come the fillies and mares for the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mares Mobile Pace. The green light is up and they're off and pacing and coming out strongly off the inside Dory D, but there is good gate speed out wide. Miss Lottie's coming forward, as to out wider Atomic Blonde. Mark will beat you. Couldn't get across Dory D, so will be left on the outside as they work the stables corner. 1.5 or 2 away to Gotta Go Plain Jane, then Ideal Distraction. 2 lengths away in the field then to the debutante Christy Maguire. Back in the field, the favourite Piece of My Heart, and back last is Yana Marie. Pacing up into the back and Atomic Blonde and the Iceman take over. 1.5 Miss Lottie in the trail. Coming forward Dory D now, having a look for the lead for Zach Butcher as they work down to the 1600 and lead time. Mark will beat you again, will be left parked as Dory D does take up the running. 42 and 6, a good lead time. Got to Go Plain Jane, 4 back on the markers. Ideal Distraction takes up the 1-1 for Nikki Chilcott. Then Christy Maguire, Piece Piece of My Heart second last for Scott Phelan, and 2 lengths away Yana Marie as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. And the leader Dory D freewheeling in front away by 3 over Atomic Blonde and Sitting Park Markle Beechu. Miss Lottie 3 back on the inside. Ideal Distraction 1-1. Christy Maguire comes forward 3 wide for the Magic Man Morris McKendry. Right on her back is the favourite Piece of My Heart. Back on the inside, Got to Go Plain Jane and Yana Marie back last. 32 and 7 was the opening quarter of the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mears Pace. At the Judge and Bell, and the leader Dory D's galloped here. Now all the other runners negotiate a path under and around Dory D, and she's back to last as Piece of My Heart takes over. Atomic Blonde again trailing, sitting out Park, Christy Maguire. Miss Lottie 3 back on the inside and right up on the neck. Markle Beechu with 1-1 cover, then Ideal Distraction on her back. On the inside, Got to Go Plain Jane, then Yana Marie, and now No Chance to Dory D. 31 seconds the second quarter, and Piece of My Heart, once she found the front, she's relaxed beautifully there for Scotty Phelan. Up on the outside, Christy Maguire, and trailing is Atomic Blonde. Markle Beechu in the 1-1. Miss Lottie back on the inside for the Wizard Todd Mitchell, then Ideal Distraction. Got to Go Plain Jane. Yana Marie starts a run from the back, but at the 400, Piece of My Heart pacing along fluently. 30 and 9 the quarter down the back, leads away by 2, make it 2.5 now over Christy Maguire and Atomic Blonde. Markle Beechu about to peel out of the 1-1, then Miss Lottie, but homeward bound. Piece of My Heart by 3. Christy Maguire, Atomic Blonde, Miss Lottie now getting through on the passing lane, and Markle Beechu. Piece of My Heart 100 to go. Miss Lottie starting to really gather momentum on the passing lane. Piece of My Heart though kept up to the mark. Piece of My Heart in nicely. Second Miss Lottie, third over Christy Maguire, a tidy debut effort. They were followed Markle Beechu. Got to Go Plain Jane worked home well. They were followed Atomic Blonde, Yana Marie, Ideal Distraction, and Dory D, who led at the 1100 but galloped at the winning post, will finish a long and lonely last. 59.6 the last half, 28.6 the final quarter. Overall in 2:46, and Piece of My Heart goes one better than her fine second, fresh up a couple of weeks ago, the Art Major filly. Scott Phelan for the very informed Steve Telfer, Chris Garlick, barn from Papakura. And once she got to the lead, she settled nicely. She's certainly a horse on the rise. Miss Lottie over-raced a bit through the runs, found the line nicely. Christy Maguire, number 2, a tidy debut, and Markle Beechu, number 3, in for first fours. Marlin Transport Fillies and Mears, Mobile Pace, Piece of My Heart, too strong.
Official placings, race 3, the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mears, Mobile Pace. 10-4-2, 3-9-5. 10-4-2, 3-9-5. Horse 10, Piece of My Heart, pace the 2200 metres in 246.05. Mile rate of 21.4. Last 859.6 and the 428.6. The margins 2 lengths, 1 3/4 lengths, a neck. 10-4-2, 3-9-5, race 3, the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mears, Mobile Pace.
Judge Graham McLennan with his call. A Piece of My Heart back at the head of the field, raced by Miss Tony McMullen, along with L.R. Campbell, D.L. Campbell, L.J. Goldsmith and Darius Toman. Congratulations to you. Win number 1 on the board tonight at start number 4. Scotty Phelan, partner of co-owner Tony McMullen, in the bike to come back at the head of the field for Steve Telfer and Chris Garlick out of Papakura to come back at the head of the field. And a nice win too by Piece of My Heart. Piece of My Heart, an Art Major 2-year-old brown filly out of Highfields Diamond, raised by, I should say, bred by Chris and Tina Barlow. And Malcolm and Nicky Ellis down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with Graham Moore for the Franklin Trotting Club. Piece of My Heart, nice win in the Marlin Transport Fillies and Mears. 4, Miss Lottie for second, an Armbro operative Paula's Way, black 4-year-old mare, raced by W.R. Callaghan, along with R.W. Lansdowne. Gareth Dixon trained at Ardmore, Todd Mitchell. And 2, Christy Maguire for third, Christian Cullen Bay, 2-year-old filly out of Soki's Sunday, raced by Mrs. A.F. Cooney. Frank Cooney, Tate Hopkins trained at Taupaki. and Morris McKendry. 10 Piece of My Heart, $1.70 and $1.10, $1.71.10. 4 Miss Lottie, $3.30, $3.30, and 2 Christy Maguire, $2.20, $2.20. Quinella returns $18.40, $18.40. Trifecta $163.80, $163.80. First 4 $633.10, $633.10, and the 4, 2 and 10 treble $60.50, $60.50. And we'll have that result through on the bonus turbo quaddie very shortly as well. Numbers required in the quaddie. In fact, here we go now. Just getting that coming through. The numbers 1, 2, 7 and 10. And $915, the bonus turbo quaddie dividend tonight, $915, 1, 2, 7 and 10 required on the turbo quaddie ticket.
Towards start time, our quaddie is growing closer. This is the start of place 6 here, though. Our quaddie underway at 8:15 on the feature tonight, the New Zealand Racing Series Sprint Final, after 6 heats last week. Got some pretty tidy races, actually, from here on through to the end of the card tonight. Got a very good crowd on course with full tables again for dinner tonight down there, and a few spilling out for the races. It's very, very cool here now after a fine day. Crombie Lockwood Limited Class 5. Greyhounds to go forward. Exponential Lily off box number 1. Fastback King, Wild Punting. And out in box 7, Glen Addis. That first line, Exponential Lily now 210 the tote. Second line here with B Rabbit, MBD, Sterling Dan and Sweet Lies the outside. All clear way through, round comes the bunny, favourite jumps the inside, just about there. Racing Exponential Lily, a fair break, but bolting to the lead here, MBD. Over on the outside, Sweet Lies going forward, Exponential Lily trying to drive through on the inside, while Punting's back in the field, getting past that then would have been Glen Addis, and they'd be followed well back in the field by Sterling Dan, swinging the corner, Fastback King, while Punting back to last now. Exponential Lily blows on by Sweet Lies. Exponential Lily, Sweet Lies and MBD ran third. They'd be followed across then by Glen Addis and B Rabbit back in behind those runners. Further back then to Sterling Dan. And well back in the piece there would have been Wild Punting. He's been checked and ended up back at the tail of the field. Just ahead of it, Fastback King, if I didn't mention it. Favourite wins, Exponential Lily. Beaten off the lids by MBD. Man, when she explodes, she can just fly the lids. And these are Class 5s. Sweet Lies up and around the outside and driving through the inside here. Exponential Lily. And then back in the field, Glenetta starting to sweep into it. While punting was probably as high as fourth there at one stage. Then copped a check, went back to the tail of the field. Just doesn't seem to be able to put the races together like he used to. He's had a few injuries here and there. Exponential Lily on top of his game at the moment. Sweet Lies second, MBD third, and Glenettis the next best in. Explosive again, MBD, just phenomenal off the lids. Accelerating to the lead, the 1, the 8 coming out quickly now. You can see Wild Punting just tucked in behind them there. See if he just comes together a wee bit with the 2, but it's not really taking a lot to put him off his game these days. And then he gets stood on at the back by Fastback King. Exponential Lily. 1, 8, 4, 7, the way they cross. Then 2, 6, 3 and 5. 17.57 the winner's time. Run home 10.50. 1.5 lengths by 1 length by 1.5 lengths. The margins are number 1 Exponential Lily $1.80, $1.30. 8 Sweet Lies $1.50. 4 MBD $2.90. Quinella $6.50. Trifecta $53.70. 1847 first 4 $338.80. Exponential Lily, a white and black dog by Pure Octane out of Allegro Lily. Lisa Ahern and Craig Grant alone. Lisa Ahern trains at Palmerston North. Win 15 at start 48. Our 8th due to go at 7:45. Next stop on Trackside Live, though, will be very shortly at Addington Raceway.
Trackside Live continues, and it is a $40,000 pick 6 we're playing for here at Addington Raceway tonight. Of course, a 9-race card, so League One is upon us, and the Trotters completing their preliminaries for the Sea Light Windows and Doors Handicap Trot. Favourite, Saratoga, very impressive win here last time, and the 2 and faster. Not so well handicapped here, but a winner of 6 from 18. $1.70. I don't think I'd take anything as short as that. Was 160, 241.20. I think that's more reflective. When we spoke to Mark Purdon before that win 2 weeks ago, he said, I'm much happier with him around the stable and the way he's trotting. He's raced by the Go Harness Trotting for Fun Syndicate, of course, and that was a pretty impressive win, beating Kauai Wiz last time. It's in the race again, 10s and 170 for Sam Otley. We've got the confirmed result of tonight's Turbo Quaddie. Abby Cullen, VC Dell, Enthrall, Piece of My Heart. 1, 2, 7 and 10. 1, 2, 7 and 10. Dividend, $915. 915, and there were 81.96 successful units on that. So Abby Cullen, VC Dell, Enthrall, Piece of My Heart. Congratulations to you if you got part of that. We've got one more of those to go next week between the 2 premier venues. There is Saratoga. Yeah, just got a few things wrong. Well, he's done it a few times, to be honest, earlier on in the season, but that performance last time suggested to me that Mark's on top of things, and yeah, I think it should just about be winning this race tonight. Hardest to beat? Well, King Kenny comes here. You may have heard me mention earlier, last time he was here was in the Derby as a 3-year-old. He's been plagued by injuries, but he's won the 9 from 25 now. Colin DeFilippi. He drives runner number 3, Valmain, in this one. Here's what he had to say about its chances and his remaining drives.
Colin, the ultra-consistent Valmain, doesn't miss too many starts, but that's the way this horse races best.
It seems to be, Greg, yeah. They're doing a good job of his horse. They seem to be able to back him up week after week, and Yeah, a wee while back there, he missed a fortnight, and he was getting a good run, swung for home, and he just galloped for no reason at all. And the trainer said that's what he does if I don't race him. So, yeah, they know him down pat.
Yep, and he'll be competitive tonight, takes on Saratoga, etc. again, but looks a good each-way chance. Montenegro in race number 5 comes out of an amateur driver's race, but sometimes we see that form back up.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, he's a bit of a chance. I drove him 2 starts back, and I was a wee bit unlucky. I was unlucky in that I hit a wheel, Greg, so, you know, I wasn't travelling too bad at the time.
All right, so it's an each-way chance in the 5th. That's Hunting Pink. Pretty nice performance from her last time.
Yeah, it went real good. And with a draw, the one horse could lead. So, well, I'm hoping that's the way it works out, Greg.
Yeah, I thought that was a definite advantage for that Hunting Pink. Cracklin Rosie certainly has the gate speed to hold up. Your own horse, Billy, the hunted one in race number 7. Smart beginner, generally puts himself in the race. Tonight's not the strongest field that he's been lining up against in the last few weeks.
No, he's definitely a run short last week, Greg, and you know, I didn't intend starting him, and he just raced that way, so I'm expecting him to go better anyway.
All right. So a definite chance, obviously, Major Bubbles is the horse to beat. And Nicky's Dynamic in race number 9. I think it likes the last race at a race meeting, especially when it's named Spectators Bar and Bistro, because those 2 wins in its form line have been exactly that. Yeah, I'm pleased to say he's come real good, this horse. He, for a long time he looked like he's going to die a maiden, but very good young trainer, Greg, Brad Mowbray, and he seemed to have sorted him out, and it's a big step up tonight, but I don't think he's finished yet. All right, we've got you off the bench tonight, which is a bit of a change, if you like, but I wish you all the best with your chances, Cole. Thanks, Greg. Hope I can pull one off for you. Yeah, Colin De Philippi, well, we've seen him plenty on trackside over the years, of course, former premiership winner himself, and I've given him a bit of a spell in terms of he gave us such great service, or has done right throughout his career, Colin, that he doesn't need to be hassled each and every week on television. But tonight we brought him back. He currently is on 25 driving wins for the season. Quiet season for him numbers-wise. He's only participated in just over 300 races, which by his normal standard is not a huge number. But he and Julie train a sort of boutique team these days. And we've got a 2-minute delay to a start in this. Of course, he won the premiership back in 2006 with a total of 121 wins. So a couple of minutes up our sleeve for the first leg of Pick 6 tonight. So if you haven't got involved, probably Saratoga, King Kenny. Really, I don't think you need any more than that in the first leg. Dalton Bromack looks a terrific chance if he steps in the second. The Purden Rasmussen team have Horace Greeley. Then you've got the likes of Glamour Girls, Woodley DJ, Florin, Smooth Linda. Probably in the Breeders' Golden Girls heat. Well, Major Bubbles, I don't know that he's just an absolute moral tonight. We'll hear from Dexter Dunn leading into the 5th, and he'll tell us that he's working sensationally at home. But yeah, I reckon you might spot a couple in that, or Captain Peacock, Unico Rose maybe, put them in. And to the last couple of legs, even race the trot, Shell Seeker, John Sebastian, Sundown in Paris has trialled okay. And the last, you just take the 2 Purden Rasmussen runners, Vice Council and Samarden somewhere, and you shouldn't be too far away from the action. 90 seconds out, Mark, from a start, race number 4. We've seen a couple of participants down on the track, including trackman John Denton. You got an update as to what they were up to?
I do. They were just looking at putting a light screen on the track after this race and just conferring whether or not the track's in a position to do so. So nothing sinister, no worries with the track. That was all it was. And righto, gee.
I'll leave it with you, eh?
Yeah, gee.
Well, look, I'm up alongside you again tonight. I just like that you like your moment in the sun. But thanks for getting that information for us.
We need to acknowledge a couple of things. Steve Locke, winning double at Forbury last night. There's not a meeting goes round that Steve isn't represented by a good number of horses, and it was
good
all
to see,
about Dexter, which was perfect last night. He got 200 and rightly so, but guys like Steve Locke make this industry, and it was great to see him get a double with Snowboy and Blazing Bracelet also down there.
Yeah, it certainly was, Mark. There you go. There's a quick response. So congratulations to you, Steve. What about this race here? I don't know about the shorts about Saratoga. I do think he'll win, but gee, that's short.
Yeah, if the one turns up like we saw last week, he'll win the race. Just, it's a big ask for King Kenny. 40 metres.
Yep.
We know the horse has got the talent there, and Dexter and Graham Anderson are quite a lethal combination, but I don't know if he can give him 30 metres if they both pace the whole way. Anyway, we'll find out soon. 1 Ko-Ai Wiz and 3 Balmain to round out the first 4. So 4, 9, 1 and 3 for this, the 4th race. We'll put back a couple of minutes, and a couple of minutes is about to expire. Got some light drizzle around at the moment, and the track remains slushy. As Peter Lamb's about to call them in now for the start of the $40,000 guaranteed pick 6. Don't think we've got the pick 6 pot on this computer. We do. It's still sitting at $40,000 currently, so the guaranteed 40 at the moment is what you're playing for. Whether or not that ticks over, we'll find out soon. Ko-Ai Wiz lines up. Barry's ready. Barry Edmonds looking for a race-to-race double. They come in. Now, Saratoga's up on the barrier. Takes a couple of steps backwards. Barry's keen to get on with it. And they're going to turn them around and come up again. It's a combination of things there, not really making it ideal. As it's C3 and faster, it's quite often the 2 class grade that will give the odd problem or 2 down at the start. He's turned them away. King Kenny 40 metres behind. Mind you, he started off 55 at Oamaru last Sunday and ran 4th to Balmain. So he's 15 metres closer to them. He won off 52 starts ago. And, he won off 70 last night at Forbury. Set to go. Racing now. And first to go, Balmain, Barry and Ko-Ai Wiz, the entire front row. All left safely. They're out by about 4 lengths on Gregory R around Saratoga. Another 4 lengths to Quality Invasion and 3 lengths to What a Gamble. Then came Another Love and a further 4 or 5 lengths to King Kenny back at the tail end. Barry's going to lead them on the turn out of the straight over Ko-Ai Wiz, who trails on the inside of Balmain, restraining and looking to dive down to the markers, and there was room to get in front of Gregory R. 4 lengths to Saratoga, a length and a half Quality Invasion from What a Gamble. And then came Another Love and 2 lengths to King Kenny. Single file to the back goes Barry with Murray. Edmonds out by 2. Second, Ko-Ai Wiz, and 2 lengths away, third, Balmain. Length and a half away, fourth is Gregory R. 3 lengths to Saratoga, 1.5 Quality Invasion. 3 lengths to What a Gamble, 2 lengths Another Love, and 2 lengths to the 40-metre back marker, King Kenny. And there's around 12 lengths over the field below the lap and a half. As Barry leads the way, he's been left alone to control the race. Ko-Ai Wiz is trailing second, and running third is Balmain. Away from the inside now comes Gregory R and shoots up without cover. Quality Invasion left the pegs from Saratoga. What a Gamble reined up to try and stop the favourite getting off. There was just enough room for him to come out though, Purden. 2 lengths to Another Love and 3 lengths away last is King Kenny. Gregory R's gone around to take over. Lead time 1:20.8. 1400 to go. And Gregory R leads 2 lengths on Barry. Ko-Ai Wiz is 2 lengths away third from Balmain inside of Quality Invasion. Saratoga trails it and 2 lengths to What a Gamble. Next is Another Love and a length and a half away last is King Kenny. Down to the winning post. They've got 1,200 metres to go, and it's Gregory R and Anthony Butt by 2. Barry's running second. Ko-Ai Wiz pops away from the inside now to park out third. Balmain saving ground, 3 back the inside. Saratoga is hooking out of the bottom turn, 3 wide around Quality Invasion. Favourite keen to get into the action early. And then came What a Gamble. Next is Another Love and a length and a half away last of all is King Kenny. First quarter 30.5, so they've run this at good speed. 850 metres left to go, and it's Gregory R by a length and a half. Barry trailing on the inside of Saratoga. 2 lengths to Ko-Ai Wiz. Balmain 50 inside from Quality Invasion. Then came What a Gamble, Another Love, and King Kenny starts a long searching run from the tail. He's making swift ground out 3 wide. 600 metres to go. Second quarter 31.7, 62.2 for the half, and it's Gregory R by a length on Saratoga. Barry now waits for the stun and Cullen at Pineley Farm passing lane. 3 wide, King Kenny from the back comes up outside the lead bunch. then Kowai Wiz, Quality Invasion, Balmain, Another Love, and then came What a Gamble. Saratoga's gone by Greg Riar. King Kenny's half a length away, second, being nursed around the last turn. The favourite peg it away a bit. 2 lengths on Kowai Wiz, and then came Quality Invasion. Third quartering 30.5 at Saratoga, 2 lengths in front. King Kenny grinding away. Another Love sliding down the middle. Kowai Wiz the inside. Still Saratoga in front of King Kenny. Another Love continues to take ground off them, but Saratoga's doing more than enough. And Saratoga beat Another Love and King Kenny. Valmain fourth, then Kowai Wiz. Next in Barry, Quality Invasion, Greg Riar. And What a Gamble is the last one in. For Saratoga, Mark Purdon, 160, 140. 6 Another Love. She's unleashed a run like that in the past. $4.70. And King Kenny, the 9 at $1.40. Valmain's going to run in fourth spot. Last quarter is 29.9, 22.6 for the last mile. In a really solidly run trot, Greg.
Yeah, it was, and beautifully handled by Mark Purdon. Moved at the bell, got alongside Gregory R, and has dominated them in the end. Favourite gets home in the first leg of pick 6 tonight. Another Love, very good. King Kenny, very hard to come off the 40 metres here at Addington, and Valmain, another honest run. 7.55, second leg of pick 6. Craig Thompson for us, but you're 2 minutes out from your fourth.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. It is the trot, race number 4 for the Class 1 and faster trotters over the 2,200 metres. Favourite here, 6 Katie Ellen Castle, always money on this filly. She's let the punters down badly in the last 2 starts with mid-race gallops. If she does it right tonight for Josh Dickey, is a winning chance. Second favourite, 4 Star Monarch. Morris McKendry takes the drive for Rebel Douglas, and Rebel joins me on track. Rebel, thanks for your time tonight. You got 2 in. Star Monarch usually trots all the way. What happened last week?
Yeah, I think it's best to forget that. He was just a minor shoeing thing, really. We worked it out during the week, and no, I think he should be all right tonight. He's very honest, as you can see from his form line. Normally trots all the way. So,
tell me tonight, 2,200 metres. He's been knocking on the door, 6 seconds. If he does things right tonight, can he get that second one?
Yeah, we sort of Morris sort of pushed him a bit hard early at the start last time too, which he hadn't done previously. So he'll probably sit just off them and maybe make a move. So you got to be handy in those 2-2s, and that's really his go as well.
Later on the program tonight, race 6, you've got Galena, former Southern, now in your stable. Just over-raced a little bit in front last start.
Yeah, she would have to settle a lot better tonight to be in the money. She was a lot of money on her last start. She trialled well, but just a problem she's got sort of settling, and not the best field, so if she does settle, she'd be a chance, but she would have to improve on that.
Just a 2 in work at the moment?
Yeah, just can manage the 2 with full-time work for high-gain horse feed, so that's all I can do at the moment.
Of course, you're former secretary of the Auckland Trotting Club here a few years ago, and I understand you spent some time in West Australia. Enjoy your time over there?
Yeah, loved it in Pinjarra, which is about an hour south of Perth. There for about 3.5 years, and great people, and you know, we had some projects as well there to do. We built a grandstand on the track, so very busy, and loved it over there.
Understand they're looking to get right to the Inter-Dominions, which would be wonderful for West Australia, and Pinjarra may get one of the heats.
Yeah, it's the only 1,000-metre track over there, so you know, the 800-metre saucer of Gloucester Park, you know, have a heat there would be great. They'd do some quick times.
Be interesting concept if they go back to the old format, you know, 3 heats in a final and $1 million up for grabs. May attract a couple of New Zealanders over there. Yeah,
it's hard over there. I mean, I sort of trained a horse or 2 over there while I was over there as well, and it's a long way, obviously, and the horses have got to adapt pretty quickly, and you know, the old format might be a bit hard on a few, so but $1 million we'll get a few, that's for sure.
Appreciate your time tonight, Revel, and good luck with your 2 runners.
Great, thanks, Craig.
Revel Douglas does a great job with the limited team, and yes, Star Monarch, a nice trotter that unfortunately galloped last start, but 3 starts ago, very good winner on this track. My numbers in race number 4 tonight. We're just on start time. I put Star Monarch on top to beat All Shook Up, the best roughie, Katie Ellen Castle, number 6, and 3 Amy's Invasion. Aaron, as we come to you, your numbers 4, 12, 6 and 1. You're going for Star Monarch as well.
Yeah, Star Monarch to bounce back for me, Craig, over the 12 Dragon Lady. Good, strong victory at Cambridge.
Be interesting concept if they go back to the old format, you know, 3 heats in a final and $1 million up for grabs. May attract a couple of New Zealanders over there.
Yeah, it's hard over there. I mean, I sort of trained a horse or 2 over there while I was over there as well, and it's a long way, obviously, and the horses have got to adapt pretty quickly, and you know, the old format might be a bit hard on a few, so but $1 million we'll get a few, that's for sure.
Appreciate your time tonight, Revel, and good luck with your 2 runners.
Great, thanks, Craig.
Rival Douglas does a great job with the limited team, and yes, Star Monarch, a nice trotter that unfortunately galloped last start, but 3 starts ago, very good winner on this track. My numbers in race number 4 tonight. We're just on start time. I put Star Monarch on top to beat All Shook Up, the best roughie, Katie Ellen Castle number 6, and 3 Amy's Invasion. Aaron, as we come to you, your numbers 4, 12, 6 and 1. You're going for Star Monarch as well.
Yeah, Star Monarch to bounce back for me, Craig, over the 12 Dragon Lady. Good, strong victory at Cambridge. The 6, Katie Ellen Castle, and 1, Sonny's Little Whiz in the mix as well. And special mention to All Shook Up, Trish Donnell, Cameron Mackey, the owners there. Trish, along with husband Graham Mackey, taking the Singapore and Cosmos over in Australia with the barrier strands released, and they're off now on the trucks and trailers. Mercedes-Benz Vans Handicap Trot, and coming out strongly, Ruby Castleton to get up on the lead here. To its inside was Phil's Folly, and Amy's Invasion will be third as they head on to the stables corner. Then Brookby Prince. Back over on the inside was Sastry, a length and a half away now. Star Monarch's galloped on the stables corner here, as to Katie Ellen Castleton, and up ahead Phil's Folly's also rolled into a gallop. Carwado Spur gets past those, as to Sonny's Little Whiz. Further back in the field to Dragon Lady, Terrace Cova. Star Monarch's back down and trotting with Phil's Folly, Katie Ellen Castleton, and back with those is All Shook Up. Down the back they go, 1,600 metres left to go, and Ruby Castle and Jack McKinnon. They run the lead time in 48.7, leading a length and a half, Amy's Invasion. Up over on the outside, sitting third in Park, Brookby Prince around Sastry. Sonny's Little Whiz in the 1-1 with Carwado Spur, 4 back on the inside, a length away Dragon Lady. And Katie Ellen Castleton back last. They swing into the lane, 1,200 left to go. Ruby Castleton leads in the trucks and trailers, Mercedes-Benz Vans Trot, 33 and 1 the opening quarter over Amy's Invasion trailing, and Brookby Prince third and Park, 4th and 3 back on the inside Sastry. Sonny's Little Whiz in the 1-1 with Carwado Spur, 4 back on the inside of Dragon Lady. Katie Ellen Castleton starts her claim into the race 3 wide, just coming out in front of her though Terrace Cova on the stables corner. Back in the field, All Shook Up away from the markers. Back there too is Star Monarch, who's rolled into a gallop, and back on the inside Phil's Folly. 800 left to go, 31 and 9 that second quarter. Ruby Castleton trots boldly into the back the final time over Brookby Prince. Amy's Invasion secured that lovely run. Sonny's Little Whiz comes out of the 1-1 as Dragon Lady comes up now 4 wide. Between runners Carwado Spur, Sastry on the inside, then Terrace Cova All Shook Up. Phil's Folly back in the field, and Katie Ellen Castleton and Star Monarch, 450 left to go. Ruby Castleton, third quarter posted in 28.7. Leads by a length Brookby Prince, Sonny's Little Whiz, Amy's Invasion waiting the passing lane, then Carwado Spur and Sastry. All Shook Up, Terrace Cova, Dragon Lady further back homeward bound. Ruby Castleton, Amy's Invasion comes through on her inside, then Brookby Prince, Sastry's running on, then Carwado Spur, it's Ruby Castleton. Amy's Invasion at the 100, starting to lengthen strongly. Ruby Castleton, Amy's Invasion, they drive for the victory. Ruby Castleton's in. Ruby Castleton beautifully rated in front by Jack McKinnon. Amy's Invasion second. Brookby Prince is stuck on well for third in front of Carwado Spur and Sastry, then Terrace Cova. Further back in the field there will be one of the last. Beautifully rated in front throughout here by Jack McKinnon. Ruby Castleton, the Monarchy 4-year-old mare, in for win 3. Jack with the claiming concession tonight, getting this horse onto the front tape. And that could have been the winning of the race. She stepped the mark beautifully round to the lead on the stables corner. Amy's Invasion tries hard. Todd Mitchell second. Brookby Prince, gutsy run third in front of Carwado Spur, and Sastry on the inside of those. And the trucks and trailers, Mercedes-Benz Vans Handicap Trot goes nicely to Ruby Castleton and Jack McKinnon.
Official placings, race 4, the trucks and trailers Mercedes-Benz Vans Handicap Trot. These placings subject to an inquiry. 837 11 2 9. 837 11 2 9. Horse 8, Ruby Castleton, trotted the 2200 metres in 252.43. Mile rate of 26.1. Last 858.6. The 429.8. The margins are half neck, 3 lengths ahead. 837 11 2 9. Race 4, the Trucks and Trailers Mercedes-Benz Vans Handicap Trot.
Inquiry into the start. Stewart's just reviewing the tape as to see if Terraskova got a fair start, number 9. So that's the subject of the inquiry, number 9, Terraskova at the start. Back at the head of the field, Ruby Castleton, the 4-year-old mare, raced by Olympic Swiss Watches Limited. Michelle Wallace, Bernie Hackett, trained at Waiuku, and Jack McKinnon back at the head of the field. And does it nicely just about every step of the way. Monarchy Castleton's Jewel, 4-year-old bay mare, bred by Bev Williamson. And it's career win 3 at start 15 tonight for Ruby Castleton. VJ Chan down there for Trucks and Trailers Mercedes-Benz, and Paulette Screen for the Franklin Trotting Club with the victory celebrations. The 3, Amy's Invasion second, Ambro Invasion 8-year-old brown mare at a Bonspiel Amy, raced by the estate of K.A. Falconer. Matthias Hamas and the trainer out of West Melton, Todd Mitchell. And 7, Brookby Prince, a game run third, Monarchy Brookby Star by 5-year-old gelding, raced by S.J., Miss L and Miss K.A. Dunn. Tony Grayling trained at Pukekohe, and Sean Grayling. A race subject to that inquiry into the start and to number 9, Terraskova. Just checking to see if Terraskova gained a fair start in race number 4. Totes number 8, Ruby Castleton, $25.50 and $5.20, $25.50 and $5.20. 3, Amy's Invasion at $3.30, $3.30. 7, Brookby Prince, $5.60, $5.60. Quinella, $166.50, $166.50, $1,661. Carry forward of this stage, 3,441 through to race 5, 10 and 8 in the double, $23.70, $23.70, and the 10 and 3 concession at $10.90, $10.90.
At times show really good box speed. Ran third behind Run Lacey Run and Super Rooster. 2 lengths off Super Rooster. 2 starts back here a fortnight ago. And Swapan off box number 5 was a Class 4 winner from box 5. 2 starts back in a 17.69. Tougher assignment here tonight for him. He missed out in a heat of the New Zealand Racing Series last week. Behind the box is race 8. Book your function at Hattrick, Class 5. Road to Vegas, Ra to lead them up in box 1. Stella Force the 3, Swapan the 5, and the Black Rug Bear for Lost in Light. Favourite Road to Vegas, Ra, $3.50. Second line, Vicky's Quest, Armed Forces, Aldonza, and a Super Rooster. All clear through. Round comes the bunny, bounce set to break. Nearly there. Racing Road to Vegas, Rara, a fair break, but Stella Force is bounded straight to the front. Aldonza coming out after it, and Armed Forces is there, nice and handy early too. Driving through the inside now is Road to Vegas, Rara. They'll be followed back in the piece by Vicky's Quest, running through on the inside of Lost in Light. Super Rooster out the back as they swing the corner. Stella Force is still in front. Stella Force will see it through from Road to Vegas, Rara and Aldonza. They'd be followed across then by Lost in Light, and Vicky's Quest was back behind those runners. Further back in the piece to Armed Forces. Swap Band was out the back with Super Rooster. She's done it again. Stella Force, number 3 in the book. She picks the jump. Kelly Gommins is pretty keen getting her off the lure. Bit of a satisfied smile there from Kelly. And Stella Force, she's won 3 of her last 4 just like this, bounding straight to the front. Aldonza got close enough to be a worry here. Road to Vegas, Rara driving through along the inside. Lost in Light heads the others. But Stella Force, not to be caught on the bunny, really can run. Scores well from Road to Vegas, Rara. Aldonza winning streak comes to an end, but not a bad effort first up in Class 5. And Lost in Light was next. Ping off the 3, and away she goes, and she's really switched on. Aldonza around the outside of Road to Vegas, Rara. That's pretty much the battle. Lost in Lights had to get around a couple to run fourth. The numbers 3, 1, 6 and 7, followed home by 2, 4, 5 and 8, with a winning time of 17.57. Run home 10.50, 2 1/4 lengths by a neck by 1 length. The margins: number 3, Stella Force, a red fawn bitch by Paddy Flan out of Virtuoso. Paul Cleaver owns, and Sue Gommins trains at Palmerston North and having a fair bit of fun with it too. $8.40, $2.20. 1 Road to Vegas, Rara at $1.70, and 6 Aldonza $1.50. Quinella $13.20. Trifecta $127.10, and a 3-1-6-7 first 4 of $561.50. Stella Force win 15 now at start 71. Race 9 gets our quaddie underway at 8:15. It's the New Zealand Racing Series Sprint Final, 305 metres the journey. It is the first leg of a double and the first leg of a quaddie, due to go, as I say, at 8:15. We'll be back here prior to that. Before then, we're going to be heading back to Addington Raceway, and hopefully shortly too here on Trackside we'll be able to confirm just what's happening with those inquiries at both harness venues tonight. Greg, come back to you and you can update us at least from there.
I certainly can, Mark. Not proceeded with the perceived breach of the push-out rule about the mile mark from Mark Purdon at Saratoga, so that hasn't been proceeded with, and punters can breathe a sigh of relief, particularly those who anchored Saratoga in the first leg of the quaddie. I can tell you the one at Alexandra Park is ongoing. It's into the start, and it's into runner number 9, Tereskova, and whether she got a fair start. We'll have a look at that, just so that you can have a look at what the stewards and JCA are looking into. So you're looking for the one on the outside, has the attendant right alongside, and Bufka throws its head in the air. I'll be staggered if it's not a late scratching. There you go. Because the starter's attendant, who was actually alongside the eventual winner, Ruby Castleton, has clearly got in the road of the unruly Tereskova. So that's what the stewards and JCA will be looking into, and we'll bring you a result of that very shortly. There's Jim Curtin. He's another one heading across the Tasman, and why wouldn't he? With these tropical temperatures we're having here at the moment, he's making his way across there. I think it's about tomorrow or something, but he's picked up a couple of early drives and a placing in the first, of course, with Fortunately. We've got a head-to-head here between Kellenberg and Horace Greeley, 185 apiece. Dexter Dunn, we've caught up with him. We first reflect on, of course, another milestone for him last night, and then talk about his drives here tonight.
Well, first of all, Dexter, I suppose the monkey off the back in some ways. A couple of 199s, and you got yourself over the 200 for the third time.
Yeah, it was a thrill, Greg, and probably more so, especially being, stuck, with one left to go in the last 2 seasons. So, it was a big thrill, and, it's just, I'm pretty privileged I get all the support I do.
What about Forbury Park? Of the couple of hundred winners this season, man, a good third of them must have come from just about that venue alone.
Yeah, I've had a great run there. Just probably more like the last 3 months down there. Those winter meetings, you had a really good run, Greg, so it's been a massive help.
All right, let's talk about your chances the remainder of the night with Mr. Franklin. Bit of merit in those 3 runs to date this time in.
Yeah, really good run from him last start. He did a lot of work and stuck on gamely. Sticks drove him good. I drove him too soft the week before, so if he gets away good, we'll probably go for the same tactics. And obviously Rick's one looks hard to beat, but he won't be too far away.
It's a terrific chance. Westburn Warrior, recent addition to your father's barn, but probably needs to lift a wee bit.
Yeah, did a bit of work and sort of got shuffled back a touch last time, but he's probably just going to need a little bit of luck. It's not like an overly strong field, but he's probably still need luck in that one.
Major Bubbles has that terrific form line. It's a bit harder this week, though. The horses' number that he's been racing against, they meet him better off in the handicaps.
Yeah, that's right. They've been having to give him sort of 10, 20 metres, 30 metres sometimes handicaps and chasing him and, he's only a front line and 10 metre lines. So, it's going to be harder for him, Greg, but his work's been outstanding since his last one. He's just getting better and better, and I expect him to go really good.
All right, he's very short with the book at $1.15. And Shell Seeker, well, if you have a look at the video from last time, I don't think you got much luck, did you?
Yeah, no, it was probably a career best performance last time, although she didn't run in the money, but just the way she trotted and the way she got round was, really pleasing. She went good and she was a bit stiff. So 2.6 is probably not the best, distance for her, Greg, but, the field's not strong and she won't be too far away if she gets the right run.
All right, all the very best tonight for the remainder of the evening.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
Dexter Dunn, and we wish him the best for his remaining 4 drives. Of course, Mr. Franklin's actually had 4 runs this time in, but those last 3, Richmond the second day, making ground behind Secret Lotion and behind Isaac 2 starts back, and then Blair Orange drove last time behind Dalton Bromack a couple of weeks ago, and he fought on very solidly. Streamline Freight Drivers Challenge update there for you. Well, somehow Dalton Bromack opened at $4 this morning. Not too sure how that happened. First up here in the south, of course, prepared in the north by David and John Butcher, purchased by Ol Bowden and Brendan Hill. Brendan trains with his Kaiapoi base as RT May. First up, huge effort, beating Provocative Prince. They went 3.12 and he bolted in. He possibly raced a bit flat last week. Worked wide from the 8 gate, got the lead. Vice Consul went super. They went about 2.22, so it was a terrific run. I know he's backing up again, but Brendan said between runs 1 and 2 he didn't do as much with him as what he possibly should have, so I imagine he's rectified that. So I would definitely think he'll strip fitter tonight. The stand's a slight worry, and Rick May alluded to that when we spoke to him earlier, but seems a sensible type, and the Butchers are very good horse people, so I'm sure that they'll have that in hand. That inquiry, runner 9, Terrascova, late scratching. So it's a late scratching out of race 4, number 9. If you backed it, you've just got your money back. Special Ballarol Step Good was a bit luckless behind Zach's Patrol last week and fought on solidly in the end. Sound Swift was a bit unlucky last week too. It might have a first 4 hope. Stingray, how well's this horse placed? I'll come to you, Mark Mack, about Stingray. It's now a 6-win, 1-win. Because, of course, it downgraded from a 2 to a 1. Won a junior drivers race, which was penalty-free. You can't get much better placement than that from David and Catherine Butt.
It's a bit like the Duckworth-Lewis system at times, the downgrading, isn't it?
Well, I spoke to son Bob earlier tonight, and I said, look, when the 3-year-old concessions first came in, I gave your mother and father a lot of credit, probably your mother more than your father. I'm not so sure that was planned with Stingray, but anyway, that's what's eventuated, and no doubt I'll hear from him if it was planned.
He'll say it is, and why not?
Yeah. What about Horace Greeley tonight? Wasn't strongly tipped by Mark to win fresh up, but won nicely enough. It's always a bit of a step, isn't it, into the 1-win grade, particularly off the second row.
And it's not a bad field tonight either. I was prepared to risk it. Only just fell in, I thought, in that race. And as you said, the rap Mark gave it before the race wasn't anything flash. And you can't obviously question the job that the barn do with the horses. There he is. Inquiry not proceeded with in the previous. He's got a win. It's freezing cold. He's all happy down at the start. He's leading the trainers' premiership with Natalie, and
Off to Victoria for him, Mark. Big weekend. He drives Isobar tomorrow night at Melton, and then it's Redwood Day, All Trotters Day there at Maryborough.
It's been just as
Aria
cold
for him.
Just as cold in Victoria than here, so he's acclimatising well tonight.
Yes, he's going to need to take exactly the gear he's got tonight on. You're not wrong.
Now, I think McArdle Royale, I know it's the horse's first go off the stand. It's been going super this time in. Sam Otley with the drive for Michael House. 5th behind Vice Consul and 5th behind Sam Arden somewhere at its last 2 and didn't have much luck. I don't know if it can win. I do think it can run a place, and it's paying $4.20 the place, but it does need to step. $1.80 now, Dalton Bromack, both the option and the tote. So if you're looking for one $10 place bet, McArdle Royale at the $4.20. If it goes away with them, I reckon it can certainly run in the first 3. Now, about to come up. This is the peak exhibition pace. 2,600 metres, $1.80 for number 2, Dalton Bromack. It's in a further 20 cents on the option to 160. Better Click gets ready. Horace Greeley, Special Bella about to swing around with Sound Swift. True Legend, Stingray. Getting closer to dispatching. Montenegro moves up. Beaver Boy set to run. Racing. And Mr. Franklin first to go. McArdle Royale came out slowly, and the favourite galloped out, Dalton Bromack. He's pacing now, but he went roughly at the start and will settle down in the last 3. Kallenberg and Horace Greeley both a bit slow too. Stingray wasn't. Charged away. It's 3 in front at the winning post the first time over Mr. Franklin, who was away fast too. Royal Cynic's parked early around Royal Flight and a length and a half Special Bella. Then Sound Swift from McArdle Royale and a length and a half Montenegro. Better Clicks down on the inside from next in the race, Beaver Boy around True Legend. 2 lengths to Dalton Bromack in front of Horace Greeley. And 2.5 to Kallenberg, who whips them in. Going to the back, Stingray leads. Mr. Franklin's going to come out and around and take over, though, and they swap spots from half a lap ago. So it's Mr. Franklin over Stingray. Royal Flight's 2 lengths away, 3rd. Royal Cynic Park 4th in front of Special Bella. 2 to Sound Swift around McArdle Royale. A length and a half Montenegro covering up Better Click. True Legends down on the pegs. Half a length Beaver Boy from Dalton Bromack, Horace Greeley. And 2 lengths to Kallenberg last, and there's probably 20 lengths over the field. They're a well strung out bunch. With at the top turn the leader, Mr. Franklin, with Dexter Dunn by a length and a half. 2nd Stingray and Royal Cynic parked around Royal Flight. Pull back the inside, McArdle Royale. Special Bella with running line cover from Sound Swift. Better Clicks on the pegs. Dalton Bromack moving 3 wide by Montenegro. True Legends on the markers from Beaver Boy. Horace Greeley looking to follow Dalton Bromack. Ahead of them, Sound Swift left the running line too. And Kallenberg's 2 lengths away last. Lead time 1:19.8. And it's Mr. Franklin leading the way. 2nd Stingray and Sound Swift up outside the leaders now. Dalton Bromack slides forward 3 wide around it. And 3 wide Horace Greeley. Royal Flight 3 back the markers. Then came Royal Cynic. McArdle Royale's latched right on over on the pegs and pulls hard. Kallenberg 3 wide and 1 back. Special Bella getting shuffled back in the field around True Legend. 3 wide Montenegro from Better Click and Beaver Boy. First quarter 31.4. Below the 1,000 metre mark goes Mr. Franklin over Horace Greeley. 3 wide working to the chair right now. Leaders back Stingray. 3 wide Kallenberg. Dalton Bromack back to 5th the middle. 3 back the inside Royal Flight from Sound Swift and 3 wide Montenegro. On the train 2, Beaver Boy from McArdle Royale. Then came Royal Cynic. Better Click 3 wide around it. The inside True Legend. And Special Bella shuffled all the way back to the tail end. 600 metres to go. Second quarter 31.7. 63.1 for the half. And Mr. Franklin leads a neck on Horace Greeley. 3 wide Kallenberg. Stingray, the 6th winner. Waiting for the Stunning Cullen at Pineleaf Farm passing lane. Dalton Bromack held up between horses. 3 wide and 1 back Montenegro. Royal Flight 3 back the pegs. Metal Sound Swift. 3 wide Beaver Boy. And then McArdle Royale. Mr. Franklin leads at the turn. Third quarter 31.2. He heads for home by a length on Kallenberg. Horace Greeley dropped off. Then Stingray and Dalton Bromack. It's Mr. Franklin, Kallenberg, Dalton Bromack's into the clear now. Stingray's through the inside. He's letting down fast. Dalton Bromack. Stingray's going with him. It's Dalton Bromack. Great win. Dalton Bromack beats Stingray. 3rd, Mr. Franklin, who kept kicking. And 4th in McArdle Royale. Then Sound Swift, Kallenberg, Better Click and Montenegro. Further back, Royal Flight, Special Bella. And the next one in is True Legend from Horace Greeley. And the last 2, Own Royal Royal Cynic and Beaver Boy. 2, 10 and 4. Number 2, Dalton Bromack. Gee, he's got a turn of speed, hasn't he? 170, 130. 10 Stingray at $3. It's given a beautiful run by Bobby B. And Mr. Franklin kept fighting. He looked on at the top of the straight. 190 last quarter, 28.3. 2.6 for the last mile. He missed away, not by a lot, but enough to put him back in the last 2 on settling down. He worked forward with a card up, able to get the 1-1. And what about the high speed this is? Oh, this
dominates the first week in August, the Super Series. He's still got a bit to learn too, and lay in all over a couple of horses, but he was clear of them in the straight. Stingray's gone well in second. We'll get that confirmation, Craig, very shortly.
Very nice horse, and have to agree with you. How he opened at $4 this morning is beyond me. $1.70 on the tote and won like a $1.70 shot. Nice horse, formerly trained by John and David Butcher, and he'll do a very good job in the south. Fizzy Lizzie, horse on track, on screen at the moment, trained by Rod McKenzie. Nikki Chilcott takes the drive. Earlier in the night I caught up with Nikki, and this is what she had to say about the filly by McArdle. Nikki, pick up drive tonight for Rod McKenzie on Fizzy Lizzie. Last start winner at the park. We haven't seen her for a while, but understand she had a workout last week.
I actually didn't see it well, to be honest, but yeah, I think she won it, and yeah, I've actually gone back and watched a few of her. Oh, she's only had 2 videos and, of course, 1 trial here, but yeah, when Rod rung, I asked him if he was playing a sick joke on me, but no, James is away and Sean's away on holiday too, which would be her regular drivers. So, look, thrilled to bits to pick up the drive. Rod's a very good trainer. He'll have her pretty ready, and I think looking towards the end of the season, he's probably looking for a free one. Unknown, probably a little bit, the ones of Tony Hurley.
In the race on a couple of occasions, and she's found the line really well. Is it a case that, she may be 1 short tonight, or is it, I think ability-wise she may have a length or 2 on these?
Look, I don't know. I actually haven't talked to Rod, to be honest, but I know they have got a bit of a rap on her, and yeah, I'll be just guided by him to how he wants me to drive her. As we well know, it's a big step up from maidens to 1 wins. I think she's a lovely filly, and I know he thinks a lot of her as well. So probably I think he's a good trainer. He'll have her pretty much bang on the button. So yeah, I think if she's right, she's going to be really hard to beat.
Nikki Chilcott with her thoughts on Fizzy Lizzie. Beautifully bred, this one a filly by McArdle out of Averill's Adam. Makes her a half to Averill's Quest, and got the family ability. Won very nicely in 44 last start. That was at the beginning of May. First up was behind the Orange Agent here, and she went super that day as well. So outside the front, not going to be easy, but I think she's a progressive filly. 180 on the book, $2 on the tote. I think she's the horse to beat. The main danger's 5, Real Intentions. Her run last week was outstanding. Had to sit parked out as we get that result from Addington, 16,000 live after Dalton Bromack takes out the second leg. Real Intention sat parked out last mile, 159. Ran him in 55.6 behind Tiamo Bromack. I thought it was a really good run. For me, I think it's a race in 2. Fizzy Lizzie, Real Intentions. If there's some value in the race, number 2, Russian Al Sue. Hasn't had much luck from barrier draws in the last 3 starts. Gets the plum draw at barrier number 2 tonight, and with a front line, no second row, I thought Russian Al Sue the best roughie in the race. So I marked them 7, 5 and 2. Best of the rest, the former Southerner, number 6, Never Sighted. Aaron's numbers 7, 5, 1 and 4 as I come to you, Aaron, for the Daily Freight Mobile Pace. Fizzy Lizzie, if she's got a bit of that family ability, she might make it for 2 from 3.
Yeah, she's a quality filly. Good to see her back on the track too, the McArdle filly. Nikki Chilcott for Rod McKenzie. She won her maiden here back in early May in pretty emphatic fashion too. Got a lot of time for her, Fizzy Lizzie. So she's clearly on top. 5 Real Intentions racing strongly, isn't she? The Better's Delight filly. Produced another solid performance last Friday night. 1 Just a Delight, a newcomer to the Hurley barn, and the 4, 5, first leg of place 6. We also open a double. Could carry forward in the first 4 also. Touch under 3,000 coming forward into this. That pull up and over $8,500 with just the 7 runners. So maybe able to get a late first 4 on for race 5 out of Alexandra Park for the Franklin Trotting Club and their winter meeting. Into the lane they pace. Green light for the Daily Freight Mobile Pace, and coming out strongly Russian El Sue with Kilkeel Lady. Real Intentions will also come forward. Back on the inside, Just a Delight, followed by Ambro Courage. Getting back second last, Never Sighted. And Fizzy Lizzie given plenty of time to settle. She'll settle last for Nikki Chilcott as they work the stables corner their first occasion. Russian El Sue, the El Sue mare, Salish Abernathy, has the early lead away by 2 and putting plenty of tempo on here too to maybe suggest the lead's not going to be there for Real Intentions, who moves up second. That's on the outside of Just a Delight. Now Real Intentions, Ferguson does give her a wee bit more rein, and the lead was there as they get down to the 1600 metres. The lead time comes up in 42.3. Settling in fourth is Kilkeel Lady, then Ambro Courage, followed back in the field by Never Sighted and Tony Hurley, and Fizzy Lizzie still back last to the 7, and 10 lengths off our leader Real Intentions, the second favourite, as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. And Real Intentions, this filly by Better's Delight, leading a length and a half from Russian El Sue and Just a Delight third, and 3 back on the inside with Kilkeel Lady coming away from the markers now to sit out Park for Simon Lawson. Ambro Courage 1-1. Coming forward is Hurley with Never Sighted, and Fizzy Lizzie will come forward with her as they work down to the Judge Bell, and 1 to go. 32 and 4, the opening quarter of the Daily Freight Mobile Pace. A circuit left to make. Real Intentions a length coming up. Never Sighted. Here's Fizzy Lizzie, the favourite on the scene, quickly on the stables corner. Russian El Sue in the trail, then Kilkeel Lady on the outside of Just a Delight, and Ambro Courage and Morris McHenry back last. 800 left to go. 30 and 5 the second quarter. Real Intentions into the back. She's under a nice rain here too. Leads by a length. Fizzy Lizzie. There's very nice McArdle filly now, and favourite sits second. Russian El Sue third. Then the stable mates, Never Sighted 1-1 on the outside of Just a Delight and Todd McFarlane. Then back second last Kilkeel Lady, and last Ambro Courage as they pace off the back. 450 left to go. Real Intentions, Fizzy Lizzie a length away, the quarter down the back, and 28.6. Trailing Russian El Sue, there followed Never Sighted, Just a Delight and Kilkeel Lady. Homeward bound, Real Intentions with Fizzy Lizzie, now a length and a quarter away, Russian El Sue. The leader travels nicely, and it's Real Intentions a length. Russian El Sue, Fizzy Lizzie back on the inside, Just a Delight, Kilkeel Lady racing home strongly. Real Intentions though, and a dominant victory down to the line for Real Intentions. Second over Russian El Sue, then Just a Delight, followed Fizzy Lizzie. They were followed in then by Kilkeel Lady, Never Sighted, and Ambro Courage to be the last. And 242.1 the overall, 28.1 was the final quarter. Peter Ferguson's judged her beautifully out in front here. Kept a nice tempo on throughout. Wouldn't hand up when the favourite came around to have a look at the stables corner the final time. And this very consistent Better's Delight filly. Kenny Barron, the trainer out of West Melton, picks up another victory here under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Peter Ferguson driving. Russian El Sue, tidy run second. Just a Delight, first run in the north. Tidy effort for third in front of the favourite Fizzy Lizzie. Daily Freight Mobile Pace to the second favourite, number 5, Real Intentions.
Official placings, race 5, the Daily Freight Mobile Pace, 521-736, 521-736. Horse 5, Real Intentions, paced the 2200 metres in 242.15. Mile rate 158.5. Last 856.8. The 428.1. The margins 1.5 lengths, 2 3/4 lengths, 2 1/4 lengths. 521-736, race 5, the Daily Freight Mobile Pace.
Peter Ferguson, the Dunstan Horse Feed sponsored rangeman, back at the head of the field after the Daily Freight Mobile Pace aboard Real Intentions, a Better's Delight, 3-year-old bay filly out of Tizacullen. raced by J.H. Mullins, JCT Cutler, JWE Durning, J.A. Harley, P.C. Wells and T.J. Sprott. Kenny Barron trained at West Melton. Peter Ferguson back at the head of the field. Real Intentions bred by J.H. Mullins, T.J. Sprott, T.J. Hopkins, JCT Cutler and J.W. Durning, and career win 2 at start number 6, and a filly with a bright future, Real Intentions, down there in the victory circle, greeted by Luke Pekaski and also Malcolm Holm from Daily Freight, and president of the Franklin Trotting Club, Don Smith, was also in attendance. 2 Russian El Sue, the El Sue black 6-year-old mare at a tall blonde for second, raced by M.A. and Mrs. J.A. Collins. Matthew Collins trained out of Bombay and Sailesh Abernathy. And a 1 Just a Delight in for third. The Better's Delight, Love the Look, 3-year-old bay filly for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Tony Hurley, the trainer out of Papakura, and Todd McFarlane. Totes in race 5 will see 5 Real Intentions return $4.10 and $2.30, $4.10, $2.30. 2 Russian El Sue, $4.90, $4.90, no third for 1 Just a Delight. Quinella, $18.50, $18.50. Trifecta, $232.50, $232.50. First 4, $576.10, $576.10.
A super final in that we've got 2 established stars like Run Lacey Run and Call Me Ralph that have won 30 plus races. We've got 2 rising stars, might be pushing it a wee bit, but certainly 2 dogs that are just making their way through the grades quite quickly. Filia, who's won 9 from 28, and Wild as Angels, who's won 10 from 18 thus far. And then we've got a couple who are sort of in between, Homebush Crash and Road to Vegas Boss, who have sort of got through the grades fairly quickly, still have a high winning strike rate now that they're into sort of 30-odd starts, or Homebush Crash at 44 now. Road to Vegas Boss has won 15 from 31, so it really is a quality field. And obviously the start, as with any sprint, is going to be crucial here as we get a good look at Homebush Crash. So only beaten a length and a half in that fastest time of 17:37, so that would have put him at the top of the other heats. Waterbug ran second to Wild as Angels, beaten a length and 3/4. Wild as Angels has been super getting through the grades, but he is a dog who likes to look for the rail. So in a field like this out in box number 7, he's been pretty fearless so far in his career, but he's up against some big boys and girls here who know the ropes, so we'll see what he can do. He may even help Call Me Ralph get even more space than he probably needs out in box number 8. A Crystal Wave off box number 5, a heat winner last week. Had a race on Monday at Manawa 2 and was never really sighted from box number 1 there. Clock day 17:73 here last week, which isn't going to be good enough tonight unless there is trouble. Road to Vegas Boss won his heat in a 17:59. You can just see how tight those heat times were in behind Run Lacey Run. Feature race of the night, first leg of the quaddie. It's race 9, the New Zealand Racing Series Sprint Final. The favourite leads them up in box 1. That is Run Lacey Run, and she's at $1.50 now, the tote. Waterbug has box 3, has early speed too. Crystal Wave box 5, and out there in 7, Wild as Angels. Super beanie that Melissa Alden's got on there. Stands out a mile. Filia box 2, then Homebush Crash, the 4, Rhoda Vegas Boss, the green, and Call Me Ralph, the outside. Cracking field. Around comes the bunny set. Racing, Run Lacey Run, just a fair break the inside, and Waterbug leads them out here quickly, going hard over on the outside. Would have been Wild as Angels. Now Run Lacey Run boots through the inside. Raider Vegas Boss trying to get around the outside of them. Felia's back and behind these runners. Crystal Wave as well back coming up towards the corner. So too then would have been Call Me Ralph. Up they come. Wild as Angels has grabbed the lead off Run Lacey Run. Wild as Angels from Run Lacey Run. Call Me Ralph did well to get to third, and they'd be followed in behind them. Then we had Waterbug. Homebush Crash was fairly close up. They'd be followed in behind them then by Felia. Rhoda Vegas Boss was never in the party, and nor was Crystal Wave. Well, what an amazing record he's starting to establish. This dog, number 7, Wild as Angels. He's done very well to win a race like this off box 7 at just start number 19. Waterbug led them out. Felia showed up briefly. Run Lacey Run astride slow, boots through the inside. Then might have just got crowded as Wild as Angels goes hard for the rail, and that's what he does. And then Run Lacey Run has recovered again. Call Me Ralph around the outside, making up ground. Filia shoots to the outside. And Wild as Angels, home well from Run Lacey Run. Call Me Ralph into third, ahead then of Waterbug. Let's have a look at the head-on shot. Watch the 7 here. Waterbug out nicely. Now, Wild as Angels pretty much holds his line going to this bend. Now he starts to come across, and Run Lacey Run had recovered sufficiently, but Wild as Angels comes across on her, and that's the winning of the race there. Puts her back a length and a half or so, runs under the 3, and off for the prize. Number 7, Wild as Angels, a black dog by Droopy's Marco out of Sexy Assassin, owned and trained by Melissa Alden at Wanganui. A local victory, win 11 at start 19. We might get a shot of her beanie shortly when she goes to the podium. I tell you what, they should turn it into a rug for the dogs, because it shows out better than anything tonight. $12.60 and $2.10 for the 7. $1.40 the favourite, Run Lacey Run. $1.60 for third, Call Me Ralph. He did a good job too. Quinella at $8.20. There's a shot of it. Trifecta $69.50, and the first 4, 7, 1, 8 and 3 has paid $532.50. And the latest treble, 1, 3 and 7, Exponential Lily, Stellar Force and Wild as Angels, has paid $244.50. Well done to Melissa, and indeed partner Mark Beeson as well with Wild as Angels. Race number 10, Keenan Concrete, Class 4s and 5s. Goodfield, that's coming up at 8:45, but right after this we're back to Addington and Greg.
Welcome back in. It is Golden Girls heat time. Gee, they've been competitive, these races, and tonight I think it'll be no exception. I expect Glamour Girls to get off the gate quickly, along with last week's leader and Woodley DJ. Florin was a winner 2 weeks ago. Smooth Linda was the winner last week. That's Hunting Pink, finished second in that heat. So there's a stack of form around this race. Florin's been sensationally back from 440 into 220. Look, the win over Playaway, who's in this race tonight, of course, was good. Did get the right sort of run and finished the race off nicely. On that occasion, John drove. Sam Otley last week did make up a lot of ground behind Smooth Linda, but it's never easy to come from
wide on the front line over the 1950, so it's got a chance, Florin. It's got a good winning chance, but I didn't think it was a $2.20 chance, Jay. Well, it's overs, isn't it? 17s and 4.10, because it raced very well here last week, did all the donkey work in front and got run down, got plenty of pressure in the run too, so any less of that tonight. And with 2 runs under her belt, spoke to Tom Twytle after the first up run. He said, I normally have them ready, but I might have erred on this occasion. She improved last week. She should improve again. And the other one who was luckless last week was Fleet's Classy Jet. Jeremy's Jet, 4-year-old mare with Jamie Gamerson. And tonight, Cynthia Burke will drive once again. And it was hitting the line nicely behind Smooth Linda. Glamour Girls versus Florin, 225, 155. We know my thoughts on that. I don't think there's much between them at all. When we talked to Rick May earlier tonight, he said she's been very good off the widest possible draw. She comes into 6 and she's got good gate speed, so don't be surprised to see him use that. Cracklin' Rosie can get off the machine too. And Woodley DJ, well, it led from 1 wider last week. So there could be a fair amount of speed on. If Woodley DJ happened to hold up, there might be enough room for Glamour Girls to even get in there. So I reckon it's a good race, this. Really good competitive race. And there are more than just the $2.20 price chance about Florin for mine. Smooth Linda, luckless 2 weeks ago. In behind Stingray. It's come out and gone another terrific race in the previous, finishing second behind Dalton Bromack, who's clearly a horse going places. Spoken to Brendan Hill, who's currently having a break with the kids up in the north, and he said, look, we'll give next week a miss. We can have one more go at getting a penalty-free win as a 3-year-old on the 31st here, the last meeting of the season, and then could go into the Super Series final as a 1 winner. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd think we'll see Dalton Bromack a couple of times in the next 3 weeks, and the way he won tonight, he'll be very competitive, won't he? If not winning them again. Mark Mack, we get to you nice and early for this one. You've got the value here. Cracklin' Rosie was good first up behind Hestia Franco, and then had a problem last time.
Yeah, pretty sure she choked down. There was certainly a reason for her giving ground from the home turn. So I'm sure Jeff Dunn has made some gear adjustments on Cracklin' Rosie, and barrier number 1 suited perfectly here to get the last start. Second behind Hestia Franco, who did get a ring Yora on her merits fresh up, but she will be fitter for that. 20 start maiden, so she's taken some time to try and break through and get this first win, but I think it can come tonight. 6 to run second, Glamour Girls. Ricky May, great night already, and looking for win number 5 this evening. The 10, that's Hunting Pink, follows out Cracklin' Rosie. Did a power of work to run second to Smooth Linda last start and still be there at the end. And I'm with you, number 4, Fleet's Classy Jet, 2 a 6th behind Smooth Linda, and hasn't raced with a whole lot of luck since winning about 4 or 5 starts ago. So 1, 6, 10 and 4. That's Shane Cramp on Tuesday night. 8 races at Mildura. I think he had 19 in, and he won the lot.
That's unreal, isn't it? Well, it's unheard of.
You haven't seen the replay. He salutes. He's driving the 3rd one in the last, runs 3rd and salutes past the winning post.
Yeah, 8 from 8. That is a terrific effort. Look, I had a little bit to do with him in the earlier junior drivers years. He came over here and participated in one of our series, and always had the talent, but I didn't know about 8 from 8.
That's King of Mildura, mind you, for a Tuesday night meeting, it needs something to spice up Tuesday
night.
It
does. An 8 from 8 will do that, though, won't it? So, yeah, congratulations to him. It is a massive weekend across the Tasman, Mark. It is Maryborough on Sunday, the All Trotters Day with the Derby, etc. there. But Smoking Up will buzz around Menangle for the last time on Saturday night, of course, where he set the Australasian record of 148.5. He's a $1.80 favourite to win that. And, of course, the Blacks are fake. The Group 1, Queensland, I'm the Mighty Quinn. If he's able to win that, well, I think it gets him past. Blacks are Fakes, 4.55 million, the all-time leading money earner. So he has to come from the second row, though, Mark, and Shane Trotting, well, he's got 4 runners in it.
Bart Coburn got a drive after.
Yes, he's picked up a drive.
Shane Graham a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, well, I've already made my thoughts on that pretty clear. Why Avanova pulled from the 1-1 and gave the best sit sprinter on Australasia, and I'm the Mighty Quinn the 1-1, and obviously the connections thought the same, Mark.
Well, Martin mustn't have picked the racebook up before he went out or known who was behind him. It was a poor move.
Well, it was. I mean, hey, it's easy to say sitting in the stand, but I'm sure he would have seen on the Mighty Quinn race in the past. We've got an extra minute here, further delay across the Tasman, so that means we're grabbing an extra minute. And some of these pools tonight, Mark, are very strong. We've had some really good turnover races, and I think this race will end up being one of those as well. It does complete a treble, and the two favourites are rolled home, Saratoga and Dalton Bromack. The short way home is about $13 with Florin, and about $18 Glamour Girls. Yeah, you're getting to see the best part of me here, Mark, the back.
9 goes to the outside. No comment, they're scoring up.
I'll leave it with you.
This is race number 6, Breeders' Golden Girls Series 8, number 3, field of 11. Racing at Ashburton on Sunday. And they've got 8 races down there. Once the quaddie leg wraps up here tonight, that'll be the second of the Canterbury harness meetings this weekend. Cracklin Rosie drawn the inside, Party Girl Deb. Robert Dunn's got 3, and Dexter's got the red cap on 3, Westburn Warrior. Sam Otley, the red and black quartered cap on 7, Vidika. And John Dunn, the white cap on number 8, Florin. Gate turns to the back. Race number 6.
50.
Set to run. Shorter course again, 1950. Cracklin Rosie looks keen to hold a forward spot here. They're racing. She was out fast, Cracklin Rosie off the inside. There's gate speed coming from Woodley DJ. Not far away, Westburn Warrior, but it's easing out from Fleet's Classy Jet. And that's Hunting Pink's going to come through from the back row. Glamour Girls is going to be 3 wide with a trail at the end of the first 300 metres. Party Girl Deb's down on the pegs, and then came Vidika, 2 lengths to Florin. 24 seconds. That's not bad going on a rain-affected track. 3 back the inside as Party Girl Deb, so Woodley DJ now has some 1-1 cover. 3 wide Glamour Girls, trailed up out there by Florin, who moves by Westburn Warrior. Then Smooth Linda and Vidika, and Play Away is last. The leader is Cracklin Rosie with Gerard O'Reilly. Glamour Girls works forward 3 wide to the spot outside her now. Leaders back as That's Hunting Pink, and 3 wide Florin's on the move. In between horses is Fleet's Classy Jet. Party Girl Deb's down on the pegs, and Smooth Linda's 3 wide and 1 back. Then Woodley DJ as Vidika's now 3 up. Westburn Warrior second last, and Play Away 3 wide around it. The first quarter in 30.4 going to the back. And it's Cracklin Rosie in control over Smooth Linda, who now 3 wide goes up outside the leader. Fleet's Classy Jet dipped pretty badly, went into a gallop and went back through the field. Cracklin Rosie still leads, margin half a length on Smooth Linda. That's Hunting Pink has had the perfect trip for her, trailing on the back of not a bad speed. 3 wide Vidika. Florin's in between horses from Glamour Girls now on the markers. 3 wide and 1 back is Westburn Warrior from Woodley DJ. And then came Play Away, 3 to Party Girl Deb, and tailed off after getting into trouble, Fleet's Classy Jet. 30.6 the second quarter, 61 for the half. Cracklin Rosie leads, margin a length and a quarter. Smooth Linda, Loose Rain second. Wide out Westburn Warriors, 5 wide turning in. 3 wide Florin, That's Hunting Pink, looks to be bolting in the trail. And then claim Glamour Girls, 30.6 for the third quarter. And it's Cracklin Rosie, joined outside by Florin. That's Hunting Pink, Glamour Girls, and wider out Westburn Warrior. The leader Florin, Westburn Warriors going up to the stablemate. That's Hunting Pink, Glamour Girls the inside. Florin and Westburn Warrior. Westburn Warrior wins it, beats Florin. Third, That's Hunting Pink. Fourth, Glamour Girls and Woodley DJ. Cracklin Rosie, Vidika, Play Away, Smooth Linda, Party Girl Deb, and Fleet's Classy Jet in trouble, going by about the 850 metre mark. 3, 8 and 10. 3 Westburn Warrior, Dexter Dunn, 7, 10 and 2.20. 8 Florin second at $1.50. And 10, That's Hunting Pink. It was the one you wanted to be on turning in at $4, just couldn't quite let down. 30.7 the last quarter, 22.3 the last mile. This horse was 5 wide turning for home. It was set up for a horse from the back, but it's had to do it the hard way. 5 wide turning in and run down Florin, the stablemate, who enjoyed a much more smooth passage coming to the last turn.
Yeah, big performance, only the second, and it was a big run. Formerly with Ivan Court, of course, a mare by Live or Die at a Westburn Babe. Win 2 at start 49. Couldn't have found it myself. Dexter wasn't overly fussed on it when we spoke to him, but she's been able to pick them up and drop them here. And of course, Robert Dunn getting ever closer to 100 wins for the season. That takes him just 2 shy of that total now. He provides the Quinella here. Florin, she's got another very good race in this series. Here's Mark Gallagher's call.
3, Westburn Warrior. Second, 8, Florin. And third, 10, that's Hunting Pink. Fourth has gone to 6, Glamour Girls. From 5, Woodley DJ. And 1, Cracklin Rosie. 3, 8, 10, 6, 5, 1. The margins, half a neck. 3/4 of a length, half a neck, 1 1/4 lengths. The winner's time was 2:26.3, a mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.7. The last 860.9, the 430.5.
Robert Dunn runs a Quinella in the second or third leg of Pick 6 tonight at Addington. We're back for our 6th here at Alexandra Park. It's the Calai Zuzu Mobile Pace favourite. 280 the book, 310 on the tote. Won the second row, is the only one on the second row, so can get off the market pegs relatively quickly. In saying that, it follows out 1 Waverley Chapel. It does get off the gate quite nicely, so should get an economical trip. 9 Kurihaupu Gambler. I was quite big on one here. 6 Atomic Jet tonight. Thought it was one of the best bets of the night. Brett Mangos takes the drive. Form line looks abysmal, but workout and trial form here at the park in the last jet. This one for Eddie Clark. He's won the 2 from 16. He's a big bloke. Got a chance to have a look at him. He's with the blue and white colours. Horse number 6, Atomic Jet. Real nice individual, the son of Jeremy's Jet, and I think he's a very good bet tonight in race number 6. The dangers, 9 Kurihaupu Gambler, 7 Flying Louis, and 4 Red Sky at Night coming in fresh. Early in the night, I caught up with Derek Ball. He has stable runner Waverley Chapel, and this is what he had to say. Derek, you have Waverley Chapel going around the 6 tonight. Horse that's going good races. Comes up with a plum draw 1 tonight. Nice race. Not a bad field, though.
No, she's had some good draws and she has the speed to use them, use the good draws. But, yeah, she's an in and out sort of horse. She probably better if she doesn't do too much work early.
I was going to say, is it a case, is she better where she's just tucked away and following a hot speed?
Yes, I think she's showing that. So she come up 1 maiden's nice enough, but just struggled a little bit with the C1, the grade, up in the grade. So, but she's had a couple of races, got home nicely at Cambridge last time. So, yeah, she shouldn't be too far away.
Derek's thoughts about Waverley Chapel tonight in race number 6. As I say, got a nice bit of gate speed. Other ones that can leave the gate, 3 Galena. Revel Douglas alluded that she's getting a little bit hot under the collar, this filly, and she's been ripping and tearing in her races as she did last start. Barrier 3 more than likely to go forward. Andre Putama takes the drive. 3, 8, 10 and 6 at Addington. Westburn Warrior 7, 10, 220. Florin 150. That's Hunting Pink $4. Trifecta 3, 8, 10, 209.40. First 4, 3, 8, 10 and 6, 944.40. Treble 4, 2 and 3, $48. Pick 6 live, 1,286 after Saratoga, Dalton Bromack and Westburn Warrior have taken out the 3 legs of Pick 6 at Addington tonight. Aaron, what does it come to you? Kurihaupu Gambler for you on top, the son of Better's Delight.
Yeah, as you touched on, didn't get much luck in his last go-round. We go back 3 starts where he was beaten a slender margin by Prince of Pops. Prince of Pops went on and won again after that, so bit of form coming around this son of Better's Delight. He's always performed well, and of course 2 starts ago beaten 3.5 lengths from Mighty Flying Major. Great form coming through him. He's at $2.90 and $1.80 in this, the final leg of our second treble. He's also the short way home in the treble, Kurihaupu Gambler. He's on top over the 7 Flying Louis, produced twice last week by Jazz Tanner, once at Cambridge for a fine second when running on strongly, and then ran home nicely when third here last Friday night. 6 Atomic Jet. I thought his workout win recently was very good. Brent Mangos for Eddie Clark, and 1 Waverley Chapel gets the draw to use. 9 for me, though, on top. Kurihaupu Gambler over the 7, the 6 and the 1.
Thanks, Aaron. It is the third leg of the treble, second leg of the double, and the second leg of place 6 tonight. In behind the mobile, Drivers' Challenge, Peter Ferguson, Todd Mitchell, 4 points. Lead the Drivers' Challenge from Jack McKinnon, Scott Phelan and Zach.
So the runners in behind the mobile gate, the Alabaram for race 6 tonight. And the favourite, Kurihaupu Gambler, starting off the second line at $3, Morris McKendry. 6 Atomic Jet at $4.10, carrying plenty of support on the back of a good workout win. 7 Flying Louis at $5.40, placed in 2 runs last week. Into the lane they come. Kelly Zuzu, mobile pace. Starter Frank Phelan activates the green light. They're often pacing and coming out strongly. Out of barrier 3, Galena over Waverley Chapel. Atomic Jet is coming forward. Red Sky Knight will settle down in fourth as they hit the stables corner. Kirahalpo Gambler. He's got a nice run through from the second line to be 3 back on the inside. Back in the field here now. As they work that first corner was Fleetwood Mac around speed. Up. Mark Cullen, he's back second last, and Flying Louis back at the tail. Bit of a duel on up top as Atomic Jet is trying to wrestle the lead off Galena here. Atomic Jet gets a half a length in front. Galena trying to be restrained by Potama to nestle into the trail. She'll do that now. They run the lead time though in 41.5. That's the quickest of the night. 5 lengths away to Waverley Chapel third. Then Red Sky Knight on the outside of the favourite Kirahalpo Gambler. In the 1-1 is Fleetwood Max. Speak up on the inside of Mark Cullen, and Flying Louis. Well, the way he ran on twice last week, he'll be appreciating the good early speed in this event as they work towards the corner. And Atomic Jet and Brent Mangos lead over Red Sky Knight. In the trail is Galena. 3 back is Waverley Chapel. 1-1, and currently in 5th is Fleetwood Mac and Kirahalpo Gambler on the inside of Mark Cullen. Speak up and Flying Louis. 32 and 8 the opening quarter of the Kelly Zuzu mobile pace at the bell. And Atomic Jet, the flashy son of Jeremy's Jet, works the stables corner, their final time over Red Sky Knight. Galena trailing and Fleetwood Mac 1-1. Waverley Chapel, Zach Butcher 3 back on the inside. Then Mark Cullen racing on the outside of Kirahalpo Gambler. Awkwardly placed on the inside at the 800. Then Flying Louis and Speak Up 31 and 6 the second quarter. Atomic Jet into the back leads a length. Red Sky Knight up on the outside, parked in second. Galena third and trailing. In the 1-1, Fleetwood Max had a nice run into the race too for Todd McFarlane. Waverley Chapel on the inside, a length away to Mark Cullen. Kirahalpo Gambler all dressed up, nowhere to go. 4 back on the inside of Flying Louis and Speak Up back last. Atomic Jet off the back as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. Third quarter in 29.5. Leads by half a length Red Sky Knight. Galena waits the passing lane. There followed Fleetwood Mac. Waverley Chapel, Mark Cullen. Kirahalpo Gambler still hasn't got a clear passage, and down the outside comes Flying Louis at the 150. Atomic Jet claimed by Red Sky Knight. Galena the passing lane. Waverley Chapel trying to get out, and flying is Flying Louis. Here comes Louis down the outside to blouse out Red Sky Knight. Flying Louis in. Red Sky Knight for second. Third they've lined up. Kirahalpo Gambler, once he got out, he's flashed home. Galena was there, as to Fleetwood Mac. Then Mark Cullen, Atomic Jet back in the field. Speak Up and Waverley Chapel. 244.6 with a final quarter of 29.1. We mentioned it in the call once they had that 41.5 lead time. Fergie sitting out the back on Flying Louis. He was going to appreciate that when it came to the last 150. And look at him get over the top of them. Congratulations, Jazz Tanner too, picking up an Alexandra Park win here. Much deserved too after the 2 performances last week. Second, Red Sky Knight. Now they've lined up for third. Oh, maybe Galena on the inside will hold that from Fleetwood Mac, and the very unlucky favourite Kirahalpo Gambler, who didn't get any luck in transit. Kelly Zuzu mobile pace. Good on you, Jazz. Flying Louis, too good.
Official placings, race 6, the Cal Isuzu Mobile Pace. 743-298. 743-298. Horse 7, Flying Louis, paced the 2200 metres in 244.66. Mile rate of 2 minutes, 0.4. Last 858.6 and the 429.1. The margins 3/4 of a length. 1 length, a half head. 743-298, race 6, the Cowley Isuzu Mobile Pace.
Flying Louis to come back at the head of the field. Career win 4 at start 86 tonight. Jasmine Tanner trained out of Palmerston North. Peter Ferguson. Fergie comes back at the head of the field. He's got a race-to-race double now. The Dunstan Horse Feed sponsored rangeman. Flying Louis raced by Jay Wong and G.A. Hall. Congratulations to you. And Sands of Flying 6-year-old Black Gelding out of Taulora, bred by P.A. Cowan. Back at the head of the field. Mary Francis representing Cowley Isuzu, part of the winners' celebrations down there in the Victory Circle. Steve Cornwall there for the Franklin Trotting Club. 4 Red Sky Night for second. Better's Delight Brown 3-year-old filly out of Lisconney, raced by MG Sinclair. Tony Hurley trained out of Papakura. Tony doing the driving. And third over 3, Galena. Major Brown 3-year-old filly out of Russian Bride, raced by R.N. Caldo. Revel Douglas trained out of Pukekohe and Andre Potama. 7 Flying Louis, $5.30 and $1.60, $5.31.60. 4 Red Sky Night, $2, and 3 Galena, $5.40, $5.40. Quinella, $29.20, $29.20. Trifecta, $599.60, $599.60. First 4, $2,200.60, $2,200.60. 5 and 7 in the double, $11.80, $11.80. The 5 and 4 concession, $8.70, $8.70. And the TAB treble, 8, 5 and 7, $513. $513.
Her. Tina's Dilemma, recent graduate to this grade, a win in Class 3 and 4 company 2 starts back, and then that good second behind Royal Runner last week, so she's really stepped up to the mark for Lisa Ahern. There's a look at Backyard Bully. Now, he's a last start winner. It wasn't Class 3 company, though. Although he can run very fast, he's got a 29.85 to his credit. He did run third. Go to the boxes for this, the first leg of the last treble. The inside, Royal Runner's the favourite, $2.50, $1.10, closely followed by Sweet Ruby Jane, who has box 2. Hello, hello into box number 3. Gold rug there for Ritsadani, Backyard Bully the black. Second line, Sweet Ruby Jane, followed down by Tina's Dilemma. Green rug for Wallace Ladd, and Big Time Jet the outside in the pink. Here comes the buddy. Around it comes, set to start there now. 11 racing. Royal Runner, Sweet Ruby Jane, they both hop out side by side. Hello underneath them, and Ritza Danny getting handy too with Tina's Dilemma. Wallace Ladd's back in the field, so too is Backyard Bully and Big Time Jet. Into the back they go, and Sweet Ruby Jane goes to the lead by 2, but Royal Runner's right on her tail. 2 lengths away third, then Ritza Danny right in the party. 4 or 5 lengths back to the just Royal Runner, I think, although it was getting tight with Ritza Danny. Hello was fourth, then Big Time Jet, Wallace Ladd, and the last pair, Tina's Dilemma and Backyard Bully. Welcome to the big time, Sweet Ruby Jane. And she's outpointed Royal Runner here. They went eye to eye early. And Sweet Ruby Jane swept to the lead and has kept up a very good gallop in front. It's a cold night. The time will be interesting. Royal Runner tried hard. I think she's just clung to second here. Ritza Danny had a lunge. There wasn't much in it when they hit the line. It was getting tighter. We'll get it confirmed shortly, and Hello's run a pretty fair race for fourth. From the hop, they came out side by side. Well, there's plenty of space in between them, but they were pretty much in line going to the first bend, and then Sweet Ruby Jane really turned on the power just going into that bend. Got around to the front from Royal Runner and Ritza Danny, and they were the 3 that sorted it out from there. Number 2, Sweet, steps up to some pretty good company tonight and has dealt to them. In what time, we'll find out very shortly. They are looking closely at that photo for second and third. Jack, along with Peter Sinclair there at the photo finish. But here is your winner, and most convincingly so too. And she's unbeaten in 3 here on the track. She picked the jump beautifully. Royal Runner jumped well too. Sweet Ruby Jane, though, had the speed to take her to a clear lead going around that first bend. Good run, Ritza Danny, as well. And certainly another win coming his way, you would think, if he draws in the inside 2 or 3 in the next week or 2. Here comes the official result. 2 is the winner. Second is the 1. Royal Runner. 5 is third. Ritza Danny, and 3 is fourth. Hello. Followed home after them by 6, 8, 4 and 7. 29.84. That's honking on a very cool night. 11.31 the run home. 3.5 lengths by a nose by 3.5 lengths. And number 2, Sweet Ruby Jane, to go with her 29.86. She's now on a 29.84, fastest of her 3 wins here to date. $2.90. I tell you what, their other 2 wins came in far warmer conditions than this. $2.90, $1.40 for the 2, $1.40 for the 1, and $1.70 for Ritza Danny. Quinella, $2.40. Trifecta, $29 even. First 4, 2, 1, 5 and 3 at $176, which is pretty good. Race number 11, the Wanganui Chronicle. We've got Class 4s largely, 1 Class 3, number 3 Emma Marie, and 9:15 the start time for the race over 300 Raceway in my beloved Christchurch. And Greg, up to race number 7.
Yeah, thanks for that, Mark. Nice tipping in the previous. Found us the first 4, and in race 11, 9:15 the start time, 4, 7, 6 and 8 Mark's numbers. That one over the 3 onto 9 points in the Streamline Freight Drivers Challenge. So, yeah, unless Rick May can get Unico Rose home here and Dexter gets no money, he might have it sewn up, Dexter. Still has Shell Seeker to come. Ricky May has Clarissa in the last, but yeah, needs a dramatic change in fortunes here, that Drivers Challenge, because Major Bubbles has won the 7 from 8. Only beaten once. That was in Super Series final. Dexter was away. Matty Williamson drove, and the only time the horse started from the mobile, I think it was. Yeah, it was. And we heard from Dexter earlier. He said, look, the work of this horse since that last win, well, he just continues to step up. There's the 3 in the book, Lumos, John and Robert Dunn combined. The 5th last week was adequate behind Here We Go Again. Arguably dropped back tonight, but Lumos would need to step quickly for the first time from a standing start. It was a good look at Woodley Legend. Second 2 starts back from the stand. He appears to be better suited to that these days. There's Dexter ahead of Ricky May and Mark Purdon. And of course, Mark and Natalie have one drive tonight to come. Vice Consul for Mark Purdon and some Arden somewhere for Natalie Rasmussen. So, yeah, Woodley Legend last time in that Here We Go Again race was parked out, and yeah, just had to do it too tough on that occasion. Ideal Arden versus Unico Rose, 165-210. Good battle that. Ideal Arden, very consistent type. Craig Thornley takes the drive tonight for Bruce Hutton. Was clear in the lead 2 starts back, and then last time running on behind Explosive Art. So that's pretty good form line for this. Off the front, generally steps very quickly. He's won the 4 from the stand. And of course we've got the favourite out, option 2. I also wanted to talk about was Captain Peacock. 3 minutes out from a start. He drops from a 5 to a 4 here. Now, several of these runners meet major bubbles better off handicaps-wise. He's probably the greatest benefactor, along with Unico Rose. They're 20 metres better off than last time. And for that reason, I think that gives them a chance of getting a lot closer to him. He's $1.50. He was as short as $1.15 with the book. Well, $1.15 jump straight to the front and never get beaten. He's off 10 metres here, and there's some good beginners. Ideal Arden, Billy the Hunted One, Captain Peacock can step quite quickly. Fair Dinkum Bromac wasn't the worst last time either. And he's going to have to do some work in the running at some stage. Can he just work around them, sit park and or get the lead and win? Probably. But if anything goes against him, there are a few that might want to capitalise here. 2 minutes away from the first leg of the final treble. Majestic Inter-Island Horse Transport Handicap Pace. Pick 6 wise. Well, Westburn Warrior made it 2 from 49. You might have put it in because of the Dexter Dunn factor. You might have for the Robert Dunn factor, but 1286.34 after 3 legs. If Major Bubbles gets home here, then clearly it's going to go. But an upset would see many go a-tumbling in the pick 6 tonight. Mark Mack, come to you for your thoughts around our feature pace. Will he just keep on winning this 3-year-old?
Well, the only person to be beaten on him is claiming Captain Peacock will beat him tonight.
Really? One M. Williamson.
I wasn't going to name names.
Your good friend. I've already mentioned it.
My arm, Matthew Williamson it was.
I've already mentioned it. It does remind you of some standout cases, and clearly they're not in this league at the moment. Lyle Creek got beaten early on in his career. The driver will remain nameless. But it does happen from time to time. And this horse here, Matthew, unfortunately got on at the wrong time. Oh, and you enjoyed that too.
Yeah, I think he'll win tonight, Major Bubbles.
Okay.
$1.40 of the dollar. He's beaten most of these before. I know he's back 10 metres tonight, but I don't think it'll matter. So 7 on top to beat number 9, Unico Rose. 5, Captain Peacock. And 4, Billy the Hunted One. He's the sleeper in the race because of his very good stand-start manners. $9.20 and $2.80. So I expect him to cross Lumos, Ideal Arden and Marks of Flying. Ideal Arden might make him work for the lead, but I think Sam might press on. And if he can land the lead or the trail, Billy the Hunted One, you're $2.80 for the place. Not looking too bad. We didn't have much luck with McArdle Royale earlier in the night. So 7, 9, 5 and 4. Winner of this race receives a dress rug donated by Majestic Inter-Island Horse Transport. So nice little pick-up.
Mate, what are you expecting
cool
tonight?
Friday night, which you'll be very thankful from the winner of this race, I'd imagine.
Yeah, your racing team. What about your chances here with Marks of Flying? Expectations and improved performance?
Hope so.
Yeah.
Starts now. After tonight, so that's his aim in the short term.
We did talk about that last week, didn't we? Damon Runyon being the 21st horse to achieve that.
Yeah, 10.5 grand he got for the night, didn't he?
Yeah, not a bad haul, was it? So, and I understand that will continue on season 2014 and 15. So there's some good stake announcements, etc., coming out of Addington next week. So we'll no doubt be able to highlight that next Friday.
They got a Met multiplier down in the barn for those that have made it. It's a rapidly growing feature down there too. Now they're about to come up. This is a race number 7, field of 9 here. And Marks are flying. Also Lumos. Billy the Hunted One, Captain Peacock. Marks are flying, ready. Ideal Arden set. Racing now. And first to go, Ideal Arden. Billy the Hunted One out fast. Marks are flying, galloped away. And Unico Rose runs into 3rd spot from Lumos. And then came Woodley Legend, followed by Major Bubbles. Fair Dinkum Bromac, 2 to Marks are flying, and Captain Peacock. Billy the Hunted One's gone to the top and gets out by a length and a half. Ideal Arden Bubbles. On its back is Captain Peacock, and over next to the inside, Marks are flying amongst the tail enders. Leader is Billy the Hunted One, with Sam Otley by a length and a half over the trailing Ideal Arden. 2 lengths away, 3rd is Unico Rose, and 2 to Lumos. Parked up as Woodley Legend 5th from Fedingham Bromack the inside. And came Major Bubbles, marks a fly in second last on the pegs, and Captain Peacock whips them in. Leader is Billy the Hunted One, and left alone up front, it's out by a length and a half. Second is Ideal Arden, and 2 lengths away third, Unico Rose. Fourth is Lumos. Fedingham Bromack's over next to the inside of Woodley Legend, who doesn't appear to be real happy being the one breezing. Katie Cox is just dragging back a bit to see if either Major Bubbles or Captain Peacock will go out and around him. They're the two in the running line behind Woodley Legend, with Marks a Flying second last on the inside. Mile to go, and it's Billy the Hunted One, out by a length and a half, Ideal Arden. 2 lengths to Unico Rose. Now Major Bubbles is going to make that move out and around Woodley Legend. On the inside racing, 4 back as Lumos from Captain Peacock. Fedingham Bromack and Marks are flying. The lead time 1:22.3. That's a really good first lap for Billy the Hunted One, who's going to give the lead up to the favourite Major Bubbles. So poor old Woodley Legends from Fedingham Bromack, and Lumos is last. It's Major Bubbles looking to make it 8 from 9 and heads to the stables bend with the first quarter in 33. Pretty good going this. I know it's a rain affected track, but it's still good going for the faster class race tonight. He's out by a length and a half. Second parked is Woodley Legend, and Billy the Hunted One's had a good run after leading early, now tucked in on the leader's back. Captain Peacock 4th, and 3 back the inside is Ideal Arden. A length away next is Marks are Flying. From on the inside, Unico Rose, Fedingham Bromack, and Lumos is last. 800 metres left to go, and Major Bubbles leads half a length Woodley Legend. Billy the Hunted One's running third, Captain Peacock 4th, Ideal Arden 5th. You know, they're just having a little jog down the back here. Marks are Flying, Unico Rose, Fedingham Bromack, and Lumos. Second quarter 33.2, 66.2 for the half, and Major Bubbles hasn't left the ring here a workout speed yet, leads by a neck. Second Woodley Legend, and third the inside Billy the Hunted One. Then Captain Peacock, Marks are Flying, Ideal Arden, 3 wide Fedingham Bromack, and then came Unico Rose and Lumos at the last turn, and it's Major Bubbles in front by a head Woodley Legend. Third quarter's only 31.4. Then came Billy the Hunted One and Captain Peacock. Major Bubbles is in front. Dexter calls upon him now. Billy the Hunted again, and beat Captain Peacock and Billy the Hunted One. Then came Unico Rose. Next in goes to Ideal Arden. Lumos didn't have much luck, followed in by Woodley Legend, Marks are Flying, and Fedingham Bromack. 7, 5 and 4. Number 7, Major Bubbles, 131.20. 5, Captain Peacock at 180. 4, Billy the Hunted One at $2.10. They get a bit busy, and the last quarter's in 26.9. 4.5 for the last mile. Wonder if he thought halfway up the straight, Dexter, I might have been a bit too kind for this horse. Either
the sectionals were all in his favour, and like you said, it was Rangiora workout speed until he asked him to let go. He's run up the straight a bit, hasn't he? Run up the track. It hasn't affected Captain Peacock in any way, but this is the move that won the race. He works around, grabs the lead off Billy the Hunted One, who's got another very good race in third, but he's unbeaten from the stand. He's now made it 8 from 9. He's by Art Major out of Miss Bubbles, and that was a pretty comprehensive performance once again tonight. Too good. Dexter wraps up the Streamline Freight Drivers' Challenge top end. Judges call, then Craig Thompson as we build to the 7th at Alexandra Park.
Second, 5, Captain Peacock, and third, 4, Billy the Hunted One. Fourth has gone to 9, Unico Rose, from 8, Woodley Legend, and 2, Ideal Arden. 7, 5, 4, 9.5. The last 857.9, the 426.7.
Welcome back to Alexandra Park. 3 minutes out from the first leg of our TAB quaddie tonight on races 7, 8, 9 and 10. That quaddie pool approaching around $14,000 at the moment. You've got 3 minutes to get involved as Major Bubbles makes it 8 from 9, 131.20, beats Captain Peacock 180 and Billy the Hunted One 210. Quinella 5 and 7, 650, trifecta 7, 5, 4, 35.50, and he opened 150 on the book, 115 on the book this morning, Major Bubbles, and he continues on. Those colours here on Regulus, horse number 4 at Alexandra Park. Here's your favourite or second favourite now for Crandell Giddy. A little bit disappointing last week on the back of a nice trial. The son of Mac 3, very good earlier in the season, some of our big 3-year-old races. He goes from a stand for the first time tonight. That would be my only concern. I barked them 7 Captain Thunderjet on top. He was $6.50 on the book this morning. Thought it was a cracking price. He's good from a stand. His runs behind Mighty Flying Major and Siamac and Betterfields I thought had a lot of merit. And I thought with only one horse off the front here, and it is the Bucket List, he's not that quick away. I thought Captain Thunderjet may race handy to the speed, and I think that's the way he's got to be driven. I put him on top as we look at that head-to-head, the Bucket List versus Regulus. I put Regulus into run second. On ability, he's probably the best horse in the race. My concern is the stand first up. Crandell Giddy trained. He's the winner of 6 from 24 and over $100,000 in stake money. He's a very nice horse. He can follow a hot speed. He's one of those moody horses. When things go his way, he's very, very good. When they don't go his way, he tends to sulk and not put in. So Regulus, if the good one turns up, he can win this race. Alma Hanover, I think you've got to have him on a southern form. Great from a stand. He's won 6 races from a standing start, only off 10 metres. Brett Mangos takes the drive, and the Bucket List, well, he's harder to catch than Bin Laden, this bloke. He goes out favourite every week. He finds one better like he did last week, an Ideal Flyby. He's $2.70 on the fixed odds, $3 on the tote. For me, he's a winning chance, but gee, he always seems to find one better, does the Bucket List. Maybe tonight he'll get the money. Horse number 1, backed and beaten last week behind Ideal Flyby in the junior drive.
He's got it by himself, and that might help him a little bit here tonight, Craig. If he does step and a bit faster than he has off the tape recently, might be able to get that nice run in transit. If he's in the trail, he's going to be very, very hard to beat from there. Any worse than there, he's going to need a wee bit of luck, the Bucket List, but I'm going to stick with him. The son of Christian Cullen, Phil Butcher, and Jeff Small on the mark of consistency. We'll put the 7 Chief Thundercloud well in the mix. As you mentioned, a nice winner, 4 starts back, and has backed it up with 3 solid runs. Has been performing well since making the move north. 6 Elmer Hanover. I like the way he got home 2 starts ago. That was in behind Mighty Flying Major, and finished 4th behind Siamac last Friday night. And the 4 Regulus has his first shot at a standing start. The 3-year-old son of Mark 3, Morris McKendry, Crandell Giddy in the mix for me. To open our quaddie tonight, Craig, 1, 7, 6 and 4 at Quaddie Paul, getting up to $14,500.
You were just on start time for that, Aaron. In fact, it's ticking over 16,000 at the moment, so if you're quick, you will get involved in the quaddie. Second leg, I thought Airwell Pegasus and Be Seeing are the main 2. Third leg, Liz Delight, Mullingar Mac, Golden Delight. And take as many as you can.
Our Transport Carter's Tyre Service handicap pace. The barrier strands release. The Bucket List comes away safely. Out fast was Copy My Past. Then he rolled into a gallop. Underwood Road's up to second. Out wide Chief Thundercloud. Now the Bucket List has got away fast enough here to secure the early lead and has the opportunity to hand up to Chief Thundercloud. Well, he won't, because he's restrained the second favourite now into third. They're followed by Regulus. He's negotiated his first standing start A-OK. Further back in the field then to Alma Hanover as they come out of the showgrounds turn and work into the lane, and now Hurler, he does give rein to Chief Thundercloud to come forward, and that'll give the trailing spot to the Bucket List, and 3 back on the inside Underwood Road. Regulus looks to move forward now for the Magic Man Morris McKendry. Copy My Past, Alma Hanover the last couple. Down to the judge, and with 2 to go, Chief Thundercloud, the Tinted Cloud 6-year-old, works onto the stables corner. Regulus comes up on the outside of the Bucket List. Underwood Road is now back 4th. Back second last is Copy My Past, and back last is Elma Hanover. So the Iceman at the 1800 with the Chief Thundercloud. Will he be willing to hand up to the Magic Man with Regulus? The answer's about to come, and it is yes. Regulus gets around the outside, the 3-year-old to lead. Now Chief Thundercloud. The Bucket List 3 back on the inside. Underwood Road is back in 4th, followed up by Copy My Past and Alma Hanover. Lead time 1:25.1 in the Pal Transport Carter's Tyre Service pace. Our feature pace tonight as they work off the back straight and onto the showgrounds turn again. And Regulus leads a length and a half. In second, Chief Thundercloud. The Bucket List is third for Philip Butcher. A length and a half back in the field then to Underwood Road in the hands of Logan Hollis. They're followed by Copy My Past and Simon Lawson. Alma Hanover, Brent Mangos, lost back last as they work into the lane. 1,200 metres left to go. The opening quarter in 33.6. So Regulus gets away with a very cheap quarter there. Chief Thundercloud second trailing. Underwood Road comes off the markers now to be sitting out park, but putting no pressure at all into this 3-year-old and leader. Copy My Path 1-1. The bucket list, well, he's going to need plenty of luck from 3 back on the inside now. Elmer Hanover 2 is outside, so the half a dozen, they work the stables corner. Their final occasion and Regulus leads by a length over Underwood Road and Chief Thundercloud in the 1-1 at the 800 metres. Copy My Path in the bucket list and Elmer Hanover 32-3 was that second quarter, so that's a 65.9 Regulus into the back. Leads by 3/4 Underwood Road, Chief Thundercloud. The speed starts to increase now. Copy My Past in the 1-1. Back on the inside, the bucket list. He's awkwardly situated, and Elmer Hanover will have the last strike at them, and 5 lengths off Regulus. 400 left to go. Quarter down the back should have been electric. It was okay. 29-1. Regulus ahead. Underwood Road, Chief Thundercloud. Copy My Past, the bucket list. Elmer Hanover's pacing roughly. In fact, has galloped on the final corner, homeward bound. Regulus a length and a half. Chief Thundercloud off its back. The bucket list getting through deep on the passing lane, and then Underwood Road. Copy My Pass down the outside. The bucket list is low flying on the passing lane. Got the luck, and he's come through, and he's done it on his air tonight. There's the bucket list. Chief Thundercloud second, Regulus third, Underwood Road and Copy My Past and Elmer Hanover. Final quarter, once he spotted the gap deep on the passing lane under Chief Thundercloud, he's powered through. He's put them to bed within 100 metres in the home straight. And through he comes, the bucket list for win 6 at start 30 tonight. Jeff Small, Philip Butcher, Chief Thundercloud second in the Powell Transport Carter's Tyre Service handicap pace.
Official placings, race 7, the Powell Transport Carter's Tyre Service handicap pace. 174536. 174536. Horse 1, the bucket list, pace the 2,700 metres from stand in 327.88. Mile rate of 23.9. Last 856.7. 427.6. The margins 2 lengths.
List to come back at the head of the field. Christian Cullen Bay, 4-year-old Entire out of Saddle Ridge, trained by Jeff Small at Patamahoe. Philip Butcher doing the driving. Comes back at the head of the field. Raced by Jay McKinney, Mrs. J.A. McKinney, Janine Cole and the TTC Syndicate, along with breeders Bruce Carter Bloodstock Limited and Ross Johnson. And the bucket list, just a model of consistency, isn't he, this son of Christian Cullen. That's career win 6 at start 30. He's been placed second or third a further 12 occasions, and he's powered through on the passing lane to secure our feature pace tonight. Richie and Isabel Powell, along with Gary Robin and Matt Carter, down there part of the victory celebrations for this very nice son of Christian Cullen. President of the Franklin Trotting Club, Don Smith, down there also in attendance. 7, Chief Thundercloud in for second. Tinted Cloud Brown, 6-year-old gelding out of final fashion for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. And 4, Regulus for third. The Mark III Bay, 3-year-old gelding out of Hunter Franco, raced by AJ and Dr. S.M. Wakefield. Crandell Getty, trained at Westmount. 40, 7 Chief Thundercloud, $2.20, $2.20. 4 Regulus, no third. Quinella, $4.30, $4.30. Trifecta, $15.20, $15.20. First 4, $154.50.